It's Friday, June the 12th. Today, homes drying off. Many Manitobans are still mopping up and filling out insurance claims after that brutal summer storm. Also today, improvement incentive. How much money vacant homeowners stand to receive in the city's latest push to bring more homes onto the market. Plus, today is Terri's last day with CTV. We'll be remembering some of her best moments with us and thanking her for the 15 years on the show. Your Morning Winnipeg starts right now. Good morning, Manitoba. Happy Friday. It is 6 a.m. and today is Terri's last day. Thank you so much for being with us. We have a lot of fun throughout the show, and we want to start our goodbye show with this fun memory. Check this out.
We're on the Churchill River, yes, in Churchill, Manitoba, the very far northern part of our province. I am joined by Dave Collin, who is a tour operator with Lazy Bear Expeditions. We are checking out the beluga whales here. Dave, thanks so much for taking us out here, first of all. And what a beautiful day we have for it.
No kidding, you bought it. It's awesome. Yeah, great day for whale watching.
Cha-ching, cha-ching.
Okay, Terri, you got to tell us what happened here. Bring us back.
This was wild. This was one of the coolest experiences that I've ever had, not just on the show, but in life in general. Myself, my camera guy, we actually put on these wetsuits and we swam with the beluga whales and we sang under the water. You know that scene in Finding Nemo where he's like singing? Ooh, ooh. We did that and the belugas came right up to us.
Oh my gosh.
It was incredible.
What a dream experience.
It really, really was.
We're going to have memories like this throughout the show. So stay tuned for this. 3 hours of fun with Terri. Terri, it's weather time.
I know. Okay. I wasn't expecting this, you guys. I thought I was just going to do my job and we were going to celebrate after the show. Okay. 12 degrees. That's where we're sitting right now. Those winds, they're out of the west-northwest. They're gusting to 37 kilometers per hour. The pressure is rising. The humidity sitting at 91%. Oh my goodness. That actually, listen, you guys maybe get emotional already, and I was not. Chance of precipitation. Here we go. There actually is a chance of precipitation, and you can see the green showing up here. Once again, you don't see the green through northern Manitoba. It's there. That's where all of the rain is. The rainfall warnings in place. The darker greens, that's where you know it's just going to be so intense, and for hours on end, for days on end. Northern Manitoba, this started up yesterday. We are just going to be seeing like scattered precipitation throughout parts of southern Manitoba, but northern Manitoba, and then moving into central Manitoba, eventually could be moving right down into southern Manitoba, and we might get another round of those showers again. Here's the good news. Eventually, I mean, I say eventually we could get showers again, but eventually we'll get some sunshine again. Things will be clearing out. It might take some time, but by tomorrow evening, tomorrow's Saturday, right? Yeah. Tomorrow evening, clearing out. For Sunday, things are looking clear. Northern Manitoba still dealing with that last little bit of shower activity. But as we move through the weekend and more so into next week, we're going to have a chance to see things drying up. We're not going to get back to the seasonal temperatures. 23 is normal for this time of year, so still remaining a little bit cool, but getting even cooler over the next couple of days.
Thank you, Terri. Many Manitobans are still mopping up and filling out insurance claims after heavy rain, hail, and winds caused widespread flooding. And while Hydro is making progress restoring power, thousands of customers have been in the dark since Tuesday. CTV's Joseph Bernacki has more on the city cleanup.
This was the scene Tuesday night in Andrew Van Segelin's basement. After finishing a shift at Bodego's restaurant downtown, he headed home to North Kildonan. As soon as he walked in, he knew something was wrong.
Little hairs stood up on the back of my neck, and I was like, I should probably go check out the basement. And I got to the top of the stairs, and my jaw hit the floor.
Water levels were rising out of control in his family home, and the new drywall and flooring he just put in was waterlogged and ruined.
There was about 6 to 8 inches of water, brown, dirty sewer water, and all of my stuff just floating around in the basement.
A water damage restoration company came out right away to help with initial cleanup, but it could be weeks before his insurance comes through.
The hurry up and wait, and waiting for a phone call, waiting for someone to come by, and it's starting to take a mental toll on myself and my wife.
And he's not the only one waiting for help. Over in Windsor Park, an entire street is in the dark. Josh Avanthe's power is still off after being knocked out by the storm.
Yeah, I've been without power for over 42 hours, and it's been totally, my fridge is totally toast, and it's warm, and all, food has been a total loss.
Hydro crews have been here on Arundel Road working since Tuesday night. It's been hard to keep busy in the meantime with little light.
Don't really hear of this too often, especially in a big city like Winnipeg.
And some residents are trying to clean up on their own. Stores like Princess Auto are seeing gear flying off the shelves. Staff say customers have been taking advantage of their new 24-hour section.
It's been absolutely wild, and you think of all things water and cleanup is what we've been selling. Pumps, generators for people with power out, shop vacs, brooms, squeegees, everything to do with discharging water off their properties.
Joseph Bernacki, CTV News, Winnipeg.
One major impact of Tuesday's severe weather has been extended power outages in many areas, which crews have been scrambling to correct. On Thursday evening, Manitoba Hydro said it had restored power to all but 245 customers across the province, including roughly 100 in Winnipeg. Some people have been without power for days, and it's raising questions about whether it's still safe to eat the food in your fridge and freezer.
Well, essentially, in the fridge, it's usually that if the power's off, usually recommend 4 hours is the maximum.
Michael Eskin with the Department of Food and Human Nutritional Sciences says that especially applies to items such as meat, poultry, eggs, and vegetables, which have already been cut up, as well as dairy, including milk, yogurt, and soft cheeses. It also applies to anything containing those ingredients. Eskin says hard cheeses, butter, margarine, whole fruits and vegetables, condiments, and food which was cooked previously, like leftovers, will keep longer. And finally, if your freezer is full and you haven't been opening it, meat should keep anywhere between 24 and 48 hours or even a bit longer.
Usually you can tell if the food is, if there's ice crystals and it's frozen, then it's essentially it hasn't thawed. That would be a problem. And if it's half frozen, if the freezer is half full, then usually say about 24 hours.
Again, Eskin says to check for ice crystals to make sure food is safe, and be sure to cook any meat which is on the borderline at a high heat. Anything that smells off, has a slimy texture, or shows signs of mold should not be consumed. The Manitoba Museum has welcomed an historic gift into its collection.
The story begins here.
A ceremony marked the official transfer of the Hudson's Bay Company Royal Charter into the hands of Canadians. The 356-year-old document granted exclusive land, trading, and exploration rights over the entire Hudson Bay watershed, wrongly reflecting the belief the area was vacant. After being acquired by the Weston family and David Thompson last year, the charter was donated to a consortium, which includes the Manitoba Museum. It plans to use the charter to spark conversation about our past and work toward reconciliation.
Undoubtedly, the HBC Royal Charter will probably be one of the most significant pieces on display within the HBC Gallery.
The gallery includes nearly 28,000 artifacts, belongings, and specimens, and is one of the largest fur trade era collections in the world. A new permanent exhibition featuring the charter will open in the fall of 2027. The charter will also be exhibited at the Canadian Museum of History in Gatineau, Quebec, and the Royal Ontario Museum in Toronto in the future. It's only a matter of hours now until we hear this from the pitch at Toronto Stadium. Canada kicks off its 2026 FIFA World Cup campaign at this stadium in Toronto this afternoon at 3 p.m. Eastern. If you don't know by now, they're facing Bosnia and Herzegovina, a team that qualified through the European playoffs, winning penalty shootouts over Wales and Italy. So luckily, today's game can't go to penalties. Experts would say today is close to a must-win for Canada to keep up hopes of winning Group B and starting the knockout stage, potentially at home in Vancouver. Here's a look at what's happening now in traffic along Portage Avenue. The streets are wet again this morning, but overall moving quite well in this part of the city. If you encounter any issues out there, please send us a text to let us know. Let's go now to Ainsley McPhail, who was live this morning telling us all about the Tri-Hospital Dream Lottery and the benefits not just to the winner, but to the patients in Manitoba. Good morning.
Well, of course, it's awesome. You get to support the 3 main hospitals. I'm currently standing in a beautiful Merrick home in Headingley, Manitoba. And I love coming to these homes because you get to see all of the details that could be yours if you purchase a ticket. Over $250,000 in prizes, Manitoba's biggest 50-50, or their biggest grand prize option ever. Yeah, that's right. You could take home the cash of $1.35 million. A callback to where it's going. Yeah, Manitoba's hospitals. And we'll be learning about that care coming up in the show.
I love snooping around in the kitchen and see what it looks like. Thank you, Ainsley. It's a beautiful kitchen indeed. You're out on the rooftop there, Terri, and you have the umbrella ready to go.
I am ready, but I'm not needing it just yet. Okay. I wore the raincoat too, just in case. I stepped out here. Yes, the patio once again absolutely saturated. My flowers practically drowning. I just want to show you this quickly. 0.5 millimeter. No, that's not 0.5 millimeter. That's 5 millimeters. 1/2 inch. Good one, Terri. Anyway, that's what we've collected from the rain that fell yesterday and into the overnight hours, or even yet this morning. And still more of that expected off and on throughout the day. There are pockets of sunshine out here, so moments where we see a brief bit of hope, but overall cloudy conditions are expected, and cool conditions too. It's only 12 degrees right now. Now that's still technically above seasonal. 10 degrees would be a normal low, but we're certainly not going to be making much in the way of gains, not with a lack of sun shining over us, although as I'm looking up here right now, we will be seeing some of that sunshine, but there's also a very good chance that more showers are coming for us. Now, heaviest of the rain today will again be throughout central and northern Manitoba, where the rainfall warnings remain in place. You can still expect to be soaked for days across the north, more of central Manitoba, and eventually here throughout the south as well. Taking a break right now, but we'll be back with Your Morning Winnipeg.
Weather is brought to you by Blinds Are Beautiful. Our new Hunter Douglas showroom is at 900 Lorimer.
Welcome back. Tuesday's devastating storms could spell disaster for many farmers across the region.
I really think there's any crop that's going to survive being completely submerged for the extent of time that we've seen it.
Jake Eyre, Vice President of Keystone Agricultural Producers, is predicting widespread crop damage across the south central region. Farmers have already been battered this season by wet and cold conditions and a destructive dust storm. He says the question now is how long it will take for the water to recede, but even then, reseeding won't be a fast process.
It's, tough to say. Some of those regions that got that excessive rain, it won't be days, it'll be weeks, if not, unfortunately, longer until you can even walk in the field, let alone get a piece of equipment back in there.
Eyre says seeding was already about 25 to 30% behind average. The City of Winnipeg wants to offer a cash incentive to fix up vacant and derelict buildings. A new grant could be made available for owners and developers to repair these problem properties. CTV's Jeff Keel now on how much each applicant could land.
When Sarah Coates and Thunder go for their walk, they go by a lot of boarded up and fire-ravaged houses.
These buildings are standing here useless for nothing.
Coates lives next door to one and says it's a magnet for crime.
It's been sitting there vacant for years. I chase away crackheads, meth heads, people who just want to pass out and drink there. I have a grandson who plays in my yard.
Now the city wants to offer a carrot in an attempt to bring some of these vacant and derelict buildings back to life. A new $3 million one-time grant program is being proposed as an enticement to rehab these properties. Owners, developers, and nonprofits would be eligible for up to $35,000 per housing unit they revive. Projects must have at least 4 units, which can be on multiple properties. They need to be affordable, and the property must be owned, leased, or purchased by the applicant. The hope is this could get between 100 and 150 housing units repaired.
It's a really good target. I mean, 100 new units of housing would obviously go a long way to provide more housing at a time when we need homes for people.
These types of properties have plagued many inner city and north end neighborhoods for years. The city says as of last September, there were 535 vacant buildings with active orders under the city's vacant building bylaw.
It's going to spread, and it is spreading.
Daryl Warren from the William White Neighborhood Association says $35,000 is a good incentive, but he'd like to see a funding program for single-family houses too.
There's a lot of one-lot places that can be addressed too.
Applicants can apply for the grants this summer, with awards expected this fall. Jeff Keel, CTV News, Winnipeg.
The remains of a First World War soldier, which were recently identified as a man from Manitoba, will be laid to rest next month in France. Private Albert Henry Detmold will be buried by the North Saskatchewan Regiment on July 9th at the Luce British Cemetery in northern France. The Department of Defense says members of his family, along with representatives of the French and Canadian governments, will be there. Detmold was born in Germany before immigrating to a homestead near Roblin when he was 18 years old. He enlisted with the 107th Battalion and was reported killed in action on the first day of the Battle of Hill 70 in 1917. Private Detmold was 33 years old. Quebec has become the first province in Canada to regulate the sale of energy drinks, banning the products for anyone under 16.
A younger person is going to be more sensitive to the effects of caffeine. And you add on top of that, that some kids are also taking medications for ADHD. The combination of stimulants with caffeine can prove fatal.
The decision comes after a 15-year-old died in 2024 after drinking Red Bull while on ADHD medication. Under the new rules, sellers will have to ask for photo ID when selling the high caffeine energy drinks. Students from Gordon Bell High School have cooked up a major accolade.
We did carrot puree, maple roast, asparagus with zucchinis, spinach pesto, then seared red snapper for both sides.
They were just crowned the grand winner of the Chef's Table Culinary Brigades in Montreal for the second year in a row. The high-level competition is intended to foster food autonomy, teach valuable life skills, and raise awareness about food-related issues facing youth. The 5 final teams had to prepare recipes using mystery ingredients and were judged on their technical skills. Despite those challenges, the Winnipeg-based team came out on top.
I think a big part of what makes the team work well together is just we're very dialed in on our teamwork. You know, lots of teams will be, you know, yelling and shouting and running around the kitchen. There's a lot to do in just that hour, especially when there's 5 people in a small kitchen. It's a lot to organize, but we've been working as a team for a long time and we know each other fairly well and we have a great formula.
Next up for the students is a trip to France. They're set to travel to Paris to compete in the International Culinary Brigades final and face the home country's championship team. The action kicks off on June 17th and runs through the 21st. We have some road closures to remind you about this morning. On Balmoral Street, the northbound curb lane will be closed from Ellis to Sargent Avenue. All westbound lanes on Poplar Avenue will be closed between Brazier and Henderson Highway. And the westbound curb lane on Sargent will be closed from Strathcona to Sanford Street. If you see any other issues out there, please send us a text to let us know.
Traffic is brought to you by Mr. Lube Plus Tires. No appointment needed.
Looking through the CTV Live Eye, brought to you by Bathfitter, exclusive home of the PermaFit solution. You can see some patches of bluer sky, still some darker clouds. Those darker clouds just rolled through with another round of precipitation, but they're not rolling out through northern Manitoba. That's where they're just setting up shop, whereas here throughout the south, scattered precipitation off and on. But for northern Manitoba, just a day of steady rain. As far as temperatures go, it's a little bit cooler than it's been, but still technically above seasonal. 10 degrees would be a normal low. We're still just above that. 12 degrees at the moment in Winnipeg, in Portage, Morden Winkler area, Gimli as well. 10 for Brandon and in Fisher Branch, 11 through this west central part, Dauphin and the Swan River area. Mid to high single digits throughout northern Manitoba. Churchill a little bit cooler yet at 1 degree. But yes, this is where that rain is just going to continue on the heavier side for the next several days, taking us right through the weekend. Whereas you can see that it's a little more scattered, patchy through parts of southern Manitoba and even some clearer patches, which we'll enjoy off and on. So there will be moments of sunshine, but the possibility of precipitation. And yeah, temperature-wise, it is going to be a little bit cool and below seasonal, even though we're starting out above normal. 15 degrees through the lunch hour, 17 by the time kids are coming home from school today. That's actually our expected high is 17 degrees, and even cooler for tomorrow with a chance of showers continuing overnight and into tomorrow morning. Now, by tomorrow, late in the day, starting to clear out, and that'll set us up for sunshine. We'll enjoy that all weekend long. Not hot temperatures, but better than it will have been as we're pushing up into those low 20s, where we'll stay into the start of next week. Out of the soccer game last night, Carrie said there was a reason that it was worth sticking around for him playing in the rain. This rainbow looking stunning. Thanks for sharing. Keep the photos coming to Winnipeg Weather at ctv.ca, and we'll be back right after this break.
Good morning. For all those of you who play team sports, check out this contest. We're giving away 25 $100 Chicken Chef gift cards with draws every week from May 25th to July the 17th. We want you to tell us about your most memorable fun team moments. You can attach a picture and you will be entered into the draw. Kristen sent us this photo of her daughter in the provincial track and field shot put with 50 other athletes, and she came in 6th. It's a great sports moment. Congrats to her. We want your picture and story featured on our show just like this. To enter, head to the contest page on our website, ctvwinnipeg.ca, and fill out the form with your answer and your picture. Good luck.
Your Manitoba sports team moment brought to you by Chicken Chef, where memories are made.
3 soccer fans from Argentina embarked on an extraordinary journey to see their team play in the World Cup. ABC's Danny New has their story.
How much does the World Cup mean to soccer's biggest fans? Well, at least enough for these 3 friends to ride their bicycles from Argentina to Kansas City.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how much do you love the Argentine football team?
11. This is Vicente Concolini, who, along with his pals Shamandu and Miguel, spent the past 9.5 months riding almost 11,000 miles to get from their hometown of Gualeguaychú to the Midwest. And he still had enough energy left over to teach me a chant. Muchacho, ahora no lo iba a ilusionar. Their journey started back in August of last year after Vicente quit his job for the trip. They did not have tickets, and Argentina's first match location had not even been announced yet.
Had you heard of Kansas City before?
No. But they knew they'd figure it out along the way. Vicente says the hardest parts involved the mountains of Bolivia and Peru. But they took their time for some sightseeing once they got to Mexico, country number 16.
Before Mexico, we cycling not all days, but like almost.
And when they finally arrived, remember when I mentioned they didn't have tickets yet? The tickets that are famously hovering around $800 minimum for Argentina's first game next Tuesday?
Vamos Argentina.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Okay.
Well, after they arrived, Mike Kelly, the chair of Johnson County, Kansas, said his team had seen their posts on social media and presented all 3 with tickets to Argentina's first game.
I think one of the things we're trying to show is the warmth and hospitality that is here, not only in America, but specifically in Kansas City.
However, Vicente says since they arrived, they still have not tried any of the famous Kansas City barbecue.
Yeah, Mike, very nice you got him tickets to the World Cup, but you got to get this guy some ribs.
We got some plans. Absolutely.
So their plan is to attend the Argentina game on Tuesday and then head to Dallas for their next game. However, they said they're most likely to fly to that one. In New York, for ABC News, I'm Danny New.
All right, here's a look outside now in the Pravache Bridge. Yeah, those streets are wet this morning and overall moving quite well in this part of the city. We're going to take a break. We'll be back right after this.
Terri, happy retirement to one of the brightest personalities on the screen, telling me what I'm to expect in my day. You literally light up the room. You've been amazing throughout your entire career. Having had you personally interview me, I've never seen someone do it easier. Cheers to you. Cheers to so many years on TV and being so great to start everybody's mornings. All the best to the next chapter.
Oh, what a nice message from Desiree.
What a nice message.
Yes, you're going to get lots of those today. Stay tuned for more.
Okay, you guys, I'm feeling all the love, and thank you so much. Desiree, thank you. Thank you guys. Thank you guys. I'm going to have many more times to say that over the course of the morning. I'm honestly a little bit flabbergasted and taken aback, but thank you. Whew, okay, this is going to be a big day, I guess. I mean, listen, I was excited about coming in. I thought it was just going to be like fun and games. I didn't know there was going to be some emotions that were going to creep up on me like this. But no surprise, I guess. All right, outside this morning is 12 degrees. Winds out of the west are 14 clicks. The pressure rising, the humidity sitting at 92%. Seeing a little bit of sunshine out there, pockets of it. a little bit of clearing off to the west, some more promising weather. Unfortunately, I don't think we're going to be seeing a whole lot of that. All of these clouds that are bringing plenty of rain through northern Manitoba, they're going to be pushing right down into southern Manitoba as well. We saw some showers less than an hour ago, and the possibility of seeing more yet throughout the day today. So moments that are clear, enjoy them, because they likely won't be lasting long. 17 degrees, that's as good as it's going to get as far as temperatures go. So cool and below seasonal and breezy as well. Those winds today out of the west, gusting at times to 60 kilometers per hour. So strong winds on top of the cooler temperatures and the rain. And then tonight we might even slip below seasonal. I've at least been able to say our morning temperatures are a little bit above the normal low of 10 degrees. Not this coming night. We could drop down into the single digits, still with those stronger winds in place, and still the possibility of scattered showers that could take us right into Saturday morning. Now, I am expecting to see some better conditions throughout the day on Saturday, perhaps into the evening time. Sun, by the way, not even setting until about 9:30. So there will be some time into the evening, I think, when things will look a little more clear. But 14 degrees as the high, that keeps us well below seasonal, almost 10 degrees below seasonal. In fact, 23 is normal for this time of year. We'll get closer to those numbers as we're wrapping up the weekend. We'll get better conditions, certainly, as we're wrapping up the weekend. A lot more sunshine that'll take us into the start of next week, with those barely below seasonal temperatures expected to linger toward the end of the week.
Thank you, Terri. The Premier is activating emergency funds to help manage the unprecedented flooding, not just in western Manitoba, but everywhere else in the province.
We're not leaving anyone in Manitoba behind.
Wabka News says the province's financial disaster assistance program is now open to all Manitobans in need. It's in response to severe flooding in areas such as Swan River, Minitonas, and the Interlake. The money will be used to help with cleanup, recovery, and rebuilding.
You look around, you know that this work isn't going to get finished in one day or 1 week. This is a lot of effort that's going to have to be concentrated to help people get back to normal.
Folks looking to access emergency funds are being asked to contact their municipal leaders or provincial officials. A Manitoba community is among the latest to have its door-to-door delivery converted to community mailboxes. Canada Post says Portage-la Prairie will make the switch in 2027. Some areas of Winnipeg will also be transitioned, impacting a total of about 17,000 addresses in the province. Portage and Winnipeg are among 37 communities and nearly 485,000 addresses in the latest round of conversions announced Thursday. The move is intended to reduce costs, with nearly 3/4 of Canadian addresses already receiving mail through centralized delivery. Toronto police are seeking a suspect in the death of an officer who was shot and killed yesterday morning.
It goes without saying that this is devastating news for Mark's colleagues at the ETF unit, many of whom have been here throughout this morning. We are doing everything we can to support them at this difficult time.
43-year-old Constable Mark Pinizzotto was a husband, father to 14-year-old twins, and a Toronto police officer for the past 18 years. He was shot and killed yesterday morning while executing a search warrant. The investigation was linked to several other incidents involving firearms around the GTA, including one that took place at the U.S. consulate in March. A 19-year-old suspect is in critical condition in hospital and is set to be charged with first-degree murder. Police say another 19-year-old suspect related to the broader investigation is still outstanding and is being urged to turn himself in. About 2 million Canadians have a Nexus card, which makes it faster and easier to cross back and forth into the United States. You have to apply for a Nexus card, but if you do, you need to be careful how and where you get one. CTV's Pat Foran reports.
If you're a frequent traveler to the U.S., a Nexus card can help you bypass long lineups at the airport and crossing the border. Pauline Saunders of Angus decided she wanted to get a Nexus card to save time while traveling. She went online to start the process.
I knew I wanted this pass, and then I saw an advertisement on Google, so I hit it.
A company said it could help her apply for a Nexus card, and she agreed to pay their fee of almost $600 US. But months later, she had still not received a Nexus card, and she was told an additional payment of $120 US was required.
I didn't want to pay another $120 because what else are they going to take from me?
Saunders used the services of a third-party company called Nexus Pass Online, Inc. A spokesperson told CTV News, Nexus Pass Online is a private application assistance service. Our value is saving time, reducing mistakes, so the process is clear and stress-free. This fee covers document review and readiness for submission. It does not include the government's filing fee. The company said it needed Saunders to pay the additional $120 US to finish the application, which she declined.
It's just not okay. I'm so angry and upset about it.
The Canada Border Services Agency says using a third party will not speed up the process and could even cause delays or denials in getting a Nexus card. A spokesperson said, you do not need a third party to complete your Nexus application. The fee for a 5-year Nexus membership is $120 US. You can go directly to the Government of Canada's website to apply, renew, or replace a Nexus card. Saunders says she's frustrated after paying more than $800 Canadian that she'll have to start the process all over again. Pat Foran, CTV News.
If you think you have an impressive jersey collection, it probably pales in comparison to these guys. Davor and Marko from Croatia own more than 6,000 football jerseys combined, not to mention other collectibles like shoes, balls, and gloves. There are some prized pieces, including game-worn Pele and Maradona jerseys. The two friends say their collection is worth as much as $8 million. They have no plans to sell it, but they may open a museum. Incredible. Here's a look at what's happening now in traffic along the Norwood Bridge. Still quite light starting off this Friday morning. If you encounter any problems out on the streets, please send us a text at 10400. Here's a look at your gas prices now in Winnipeg. The average is $1.65. It's a slight drop from yesterday. And the lowest price in the city is $1.56. All this info is on gasbuddy.com.
The Price at the Pump is brought to you by the Kidney Foundation. Help by donating your card today.
Coming up, Ainsley McPhail is hanging out in a beautiful show home in Headingley. The Tri-Hospital Dream Lottery has some important deadlines today. We're going to tell you more. Stay with us.
Weather is brought to you by ABC Fire and Safety, your CO2 refill store.
All right, we've got some heavy, gloomy-looking clouds that have moved back in over us. A moment ago, I was like, oh, but there's pockets of blue sky and sunshine. They're pretty far away, those pockets. I can see them way off to the west, but right overhead, some big, dark, ominous-looking clouds threatening more precipitation. And I say threatening because it's the last thing we need right now. We all need an opportunity to dry up. If I could have wished for sunshine for my last day, I would have, but Mother Nature has never really listened to me. What? Anyway, 12 degrees, that's where we're sitting right now with a bit of a wind out of the west, 14 kilometers per hour. Pressure rising, the humidity sitting at 92%, and yes, things are soggy, saturated, and even more so throughout northern Manitoba. I know we got pummeled with the rain the other night, and we haven't had a chance to dry out from that, but where it's falling the heaviest today and over the next few days is all across northern Manitoba, where those rainfall warnings have been issued by Environment Canada, and that is going to continue to be some heavy, intense rainfall for this next stretch of days, well, I mean, it started yesterday, but it's going to continue all throughout the weekend, whereas here in the south, at least, there is a little bit of a hope for us. As we continue on through the weekend, we'll start to see things clearing. Still that scattered shower possibility off and on throughout the day, overnight, and still into Saturday morning. But eventually, starting to see some clearing by Saturday afternoon, and by Sunday, yes, we should be soaking up the sunshine by then. Checking in now with Ainsley McPhail, see where she is and what's going on. Hey, Ainsley.
Hey, Terry, our last throw together. Oh, my goodness. I'm so sad. I'm going to miss you so much. Oh, such a privilege it's been to work with you. We're chatting about the Tri-Hospital Dream Lottery, the bonus deadline, the early bird, midnight tonight. Mary Beth Taylor is joining me now to tell us all about the Children's Hospital Foundation and where that money goes, because when you buy the ticket, it's helping so many Manitobans.
Helping so many Manitobans. And from a Children's Hospital perspective, this goes to help our child life, the kids that are in hospital. This goes to help our capital improvements that we're having currently on CK5 and in other areas. And it also goes to children's health research. trim, which is just very, very important to prevent kids having to go to the hospital eventually.
And over 1,100 babies born between the 3 hospitals. When you hear that, just picturing all those little ones, it goes further. There's just so many families impacted.
Yeah, it's actually 11,000.
Oh my goodness, 1,100. Oh, wow, it's hard for. I'm thinking of Shrek now when all the babies are being born at once.
Between our 3 hospitals.
Wow.
So when you can think about St. Boniface Hospital, Health Sciences Center, and Children's Hospital, the 3 hospitals combined, we see children and Manitobans from birth to end of life, and all the way along providing excellent health care. And working together and collaborating like this, these 3 organizations, really makes a benefit for Manitobans.
And unfortunately, families find themselves in the Children's Hospital. When they're there, there's upgrades being done now that you mentioned. How impactful is that when they're physically in the space?
Yeah. Currently, hospital rooms are very clinical, right? And that's not always child-friendly. So we're looking to how can we use art and make things more beautiful for the children so that they have distractions, so that they have an opportunity to feel like home. When a family moves into the hospital, the entire family moves in with that child. And so making sure that the parents have comfortable furniture, have potentially a space where they can work as well, and making sure that we've just improved the space, because art does equal better health outcomes.
It's so beautiful. I've seen the mock-ups for it as well. Thank you so much for this chat. If you want to get a ticket, tryhospitaldream.com. We've got more coming up on Your Morning Winnipeg.
Here's a look at the early markets. The Dow Jones gained 265 points. The Nasdaq is 80 points up. The S&P index added 25. The loonie had small losses. Overseas, the Hang Seng is 468 points higher, and the Nikkei boosted 1,802 points. Good morning. It is 6:46. The homicide unit is investigating after a man died in the aftermath of an assault at a Winnipeg business. An employee confirmed it happened just outside Salter Market Convenience at the corner of Salter Street and Aberdeen Avenue. Police say the victim was approached by several people Monday night. We're told an argument broke out and he was assaulted with a weapon. The man was rushed to hospital in critical condition but later died. He's been identified as 34-year-old Kyle Christopher Desjarlis. Anyone with information is asked to call Winnipeg Police investigators at 204-986-6508 or Crime Stoppers. Winnipeg Police need your help identifying suspects accused of trying to set a grocery store on fire nearly 2 years ago. On August 11, 2024, police say 2 men carrying jerry cans entered a store in the 1000 block of Main Street. They began pouring gasoline, but before they could ignite it, the suspects were forced out by an employee. Authorities want to identify the 2 men you see on your screen. At the time of this photo, both suspects were of average build and height. They're believed to be in their mid to late 30s. If you recognize them, you're asked to contact the Major Crimes Unit or Crime Stoppers. 2 drivers have been slapped with careless driving offenses after Winnipeg police say they clocked vehicles traveling over 200 kilometers per hour. It happened on a busy Winnipeg street early in the morning of May 16th. According to police, its Air One helicopter spotted 2 vehicles appearing to race at excessive speeds along Chief Peguis Trail. Both vehicles were tracked to a home where they had parked. Ground units then arrived on scene, issuing notices for racing and careless driving to the registered owners. The province is taking another step to make hospitals more secure. It's adding First Nations safety officers at St. Anthony's General Hospital in the Paw. And it says more institutional safety officers are coming to Winnipeg hospitals. In a release, Health Minister Uzama Azaguera says later this month, institutional safety officers will be deployed at Concordia Hospital. It isn't known how many officers will be there. However, Azaguera adds they'll be working 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. In addition, ISOs will be deployed to Seven Oaks Hospital by June 15th. The province says since 2024, more than 130 institutional safety officers have been deployed to hospitals across the province. The added security is something Manitoba nurses have been calling for. 3 hospitals across Manitoba have been grey-listed by the union due to ongoing unsafe or inappropriate working conditions. Hometown fans got their first in-person look at the 2026 Winnipeg Blue Bombers in action last night at Princess Auto Stadium. The pre-game atmosphere was dampened somewhat by a downpour, but the game was sold out for the 15th straight time here in Winnipeg. After that, the skies cleared and the game was underway. The Bombers on the board first with 5:19 left in quarter number one. This field goal by Sergio Castillo makes it 3-0 Winnipeg. The first quarter winds down, but the energy certainly doesn't as Bombers QB Zach Collaros connects with Nick Dembski and the Bombers lead 10-7. The Winnipeg side lets the lead and some momentum slip away, allowing the Ticats to surge to a 31-13 lead. But with just over 9 minutes left in regulation, Collaros tosses it to receiver Ontario Wilson for the touchdown, and the Bombers show some spark. With about 2:30 left in the fourth, Collaros passes to Tommy Neal down at the 1, and a bit later, the Bombers capitalize on the opportunity for the short yardage touchdown. That's as close as they got, though. Hamilton takes this one by final of 37-27. Winnipeg is 1-1 on this young season. They next see action at home on June 25th against Edmonton. We have some road closures to remind you about this morning. On Balmoral Street, the northbound curb lane will be closed from Ellis to Sargent Avenue. All westbound lanes on Poplar Avenue will be closed between Brazier and Henderson Highway. And the westbound curb lane on Sargent will be closed from Strathcona to Sanford Street. If you have any other updates on traffic, please let us know.
12 degrees outside this morning, moments of sunshine. You can see that there. We've captured it on our camera. Winds, though, they're going to be on the stronger side. Right now, not too bad. Out of the west, 14 clicks. The pressure rising, the humidity sitting at 92%. But yeah, those winds will be increasing throughout the day today, and still the chance of seeing some clouds increasing and more precipitation passing through. A far better chance across northern Manitoba. That's where the rain is going to be the heaviest today, not just today, overnight, through Saturday, through Sunday still. Heavy, intense rainfall at times, enough that Environment Canada has gone ahead and prompted the warnings that have been issued. They were issued yesterday, in fact, throughout northern Manitoba. So things looking a little bit gloomy, feeling a little bit cool, mid to high single digits. So it will be a below seasonal day. And yes, soggy for a stretch of days now. Things aren't looking good. And eventually, all that's going to be falling across northern Manitoba will again be passing through central Manitoba and even here in the south. At the moment, we're seeing the clearer conditions off to the west of us, but it's windy. Brandon Nipua, that's the wind icon that you're seeing there. Maybe a few more pockets of sunshine, but still the possibility of some scattered showers. And that's what we can expect, as well as those off and on showers. And then the winds will be increasing with these cool below seasonal temperatures. They'll be lasting, well, in fact, they're going to last throughout the weekend. The conditions won't be as crummy as they will be for the next couple of days. There will be some sunshine returning again, but as far as temperatures getting back to seasonal, close. 23 degrees is normal for this time of year, and we might get up to 22 for Sunday and linger in those low 20s throughout next week. For the most part, it's looking better, but it's still not getting back to normal.
Thank you, Terry. Let's check in now on Bo at Bounce 99.9. Good morning, Bo. Happy Friday.
How happy can it be after a Bomber loss?
I knew that was coming, Bo.
It hurts. It hurts.
But I'm on to the new thing. You know, Canada today, right? Go Canada, go. And I know Terry's become a big soccer fan over the last couple of years. So it's so nice that I've been able to talk with you on your last day here, Terry. Gosh, I don't know how far we go back. I lose track of the years because you never change. You look the same. But remember when we were back in the building here on Pembina Highway and you were working in radio, geez, how long ago was that? Do you mind? Because I can't remember.
2002 is when I first started in radio, so it goes back. Yeah.
Wow. So here we are, Mother Nature shedding a few teardrops for you as well today. It's been so great to, just not only seeing you on TV, but we've, gotten together at various events over the years. But we're going to miss you. I know one thing you're probably not going to miss, and what's that, getting up early?
Bo, when I was setting my alarm clock last night, for what will be the last time, the excitement, the peace, I think the relief, all of those things that I felt last night, knowing that that alarm was not going to wake me up unless, listen, I'll get up to get on an airplane. There are some things I'll wake up for, but I am no longer going to be waking up to find out. Look how fun, look at all the fun we've had over the years. Sorry, but we're just showing some, I'm getting a little bit distracted.
Some video that over the 15 years, some of the highlights of Terri's career here at CTV. Well, that does it with, we have a lot more to cover throughout the show. So, Bo, we were talking about schedule. That's one thing that I never go out past 8 o'clock. Terri, now you can go out on weeknights again.
I have a life again? What is this madness? Unheard of.
Yeah, it's like with this schedule, you don't mess around with a social life on Monday to Friday.
And what a lot of people don't realize is that even through the weekends, you're so exhausted from that 9 a.m. alarm that, we have no life.
Yeah, so we're jealous of you because now you will be able to go out on weeknights. Bo, you don't really go out on weeknights either, do you?
Bomber games.
That's about it.
Not really, but with the Bomber game, I didn't get home till about 11:30 last night. So, but that's an exception. And Gabby and Gabby's not here today, so she was going to stay up till at least 10 o'clock last night. But we were talking about this yesterday because they did research, and that at the age of 32 is when people start planning their social life around their sleep schedule. Yeah. So for a lot of people, anything that starts after 9 o'clock, forget about it. But that won't be Terri now, so that's going to be great. Geez, Chris Steffler's retirement party yesterday at the Bomber game. Today, Terri, are you planning a big farewell bash?
There will be a bash at some point. I would like to recover first so that when I do have my retirement party, I am well rested, right?
Yes.
And then even if Rochelle has to go home early, I'll be there right till the bitter end.
And I'll be going home early for sure. Well, thanks, Bo. Have a great weekend. We'll see you next week. Well, Terri, we have one more message to show you.
Terri, on behalf of all of us at City Winnipeg, we're sorry to see you go. We wish you all the best in your next chapter. Thank you for your years of positive energy, bringing the weather report to us. When I had the opportunity to be in the studio first thing in the morning for my monthly interviews, I was always amazed. You were the one singing that early in the morning. So thank you for all you've done. Perhaps you're not going to miss your rooftop hits in the middle of a snowstorm, but we're going to miss you. All the best in the future.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. It's only a matter of hours now until we hear this from the pitch at Toronto Stadium. God keep on Canada kicks off its 2026 FIFA World Cup campaign at this stadium in Toronto this afternoon at 3 p.m. Eastern. If you don't know by now, they're facing Bosnia and Herzegovina, a team that qualified through the European playoffs, winning penalty shootouts over Wales and Italy. So luckily, today's game can't go to penalties. Experts would say today is close to a must-win for Canada to keep up hopes of winning Group B and starting the knockout stage, potentially at home in Vancouver. All right, here's a look outside now at Notre Dame Avenue. Things are moving well starting off this Friday morning. We're taking a break. We'll be back with your 7 o'clock headlines. It's Friday, June the 12th. Today, flood fallout. How Manitobans are coping with flooded basements and days without power following a severe storm. Plus, crisis call. A Northern First Nation declares an emergency amid violence and addictions concerns. And final sign-off. 15 years of stories, laughs, and coffee. Now Terri says goodbye and earns a well-deserved sleep-in. Your Morning Winnipeg starts right now. Morning Manitoba at 7 o'clock on your Friday. Happy Friday to you. It's also Terri's last day. She's already getting emotional here. Terri, every day you make the weather fun with everything that you do, including this interesting bit. Check this out.
We just heard from an auctioneer, and then Carrie, our floor director here, challenged me to call the weather. So let's give it a go. Minus 25, minus 25. That's what we're sitting at right now is minus 25, minus 33. Wind chill value. Do you want a minus 33? We like a minus 32, but we don't get a minus 32. Minus 33 is where we're sitting right now. Winds right now out of the west-southwest. They're 9 kilometers per hour. The pressure is falling, and that humidity sitting at 77%. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, all right, back to this now. Clear conditions along the eastern side of the border, but they're already starting to close in with these heavier clouds that are going to be building up throughout the day. Once you get that pattern going, it almost comes through. Maybe I've got a new career ahead of me.
Oh my gosh.
That's the announcement that I'm going to make.
We're going to miss that kind of energy in the morning, Terri. Every day you bring it and you ensure that we get through these 3 hours bright and early. We're going to miss that for sure.
I'm going to miss this, and I don't think I realized how much until this morning. So thank you, team, for making me feel so special today. Okay, outside this morning, it is 12 degrees right now. Winds, they're out of the west, 14 kilometers per hour. The pressure rising, the humidity sitting at 92%. And yes, gloomy looking clouds hanging over us for the last day, and how I would have wished to have gone out with the sun shining over me, but that's not the case, unfortunately. Here's a look at the satellite image. A little bit of scattered precipitation here through southern Manitoba. Northern Manitoba is just the clouds that you're seeing, but there's plenty of rain there that will continue throughout the day. This is where the activity will be most prevalent today. Environment Canada has issued all of the rainfall warnings for the region, and it's just going to continue. And the other day when I was showing you the satellite image or the futurecast indicating what was to come, and we saw all the bright yellows and oranges and reds, and I was like, ooh, those are big intense storms. Once you get into greens that are as dark as the greens that you're seeing there, that is just heavy, heavy rain. And it looks like we're just going to deal with this for hours on end all throughout northern Manitoba. So through midday, you're going to start to see it pushing more into central Manitoba. Still the possibility of scattered activity here throughout the south, but it's really central in northern Manitoba that will bear the brunt of this. Tomorrow morning, there you can see, still dealing with some passing scattered showers here through the south, but eventually clearing out. We'll get to see that sunshine. It might take until we're wrapping up the weekend, because this is Saturday night by the time it really clears out, but it's still very soggy, rainy conditions expected through that far northern, the northeast especially. So yes, days of rain up north. We've got a couple more days of more scattered precipitation here in the south, and then eventually the sunshine comes out. What we're not seeing is those more seasonal temperatures. 23 degrees normal for this time of year. The next couple of days exceptionally cool and windy as well, but even our bit of sunshine won't quite get us back to what is normal. And our art today, oh, big thanks to, I think it Azalee is, I hope I'm saying that right. Azalee, thank you. I'm not sure how to say your name, but I so much appreciate your art, and we'd love to see more of what you're working on, so send it to us, please. Winnipeg weather. Nope, that's not it. It's right there on the screen, Terri. CTVNewsWinnipeg.ca, through our website, please. And when you do, you're entered to win a $100 gift card from Crockadoodle on Kenaston.
The weather art of the day is brought to you by Crockadoodle. Spend quality time with loved ones and paint memories together.
Thank you, Terri. Many Manitobans are still mopping up and filling out insurance claims after heavy rain, hail, and winds caused widespread flooding. And while Hydro is making progress restoring power, thousands of customers have been in the dark since Tuesday. CTV's Joseph Bernacki has more on the city cleanup.
This was the scene Tuesday night in Andrew Van Segelin's basement. After finishing a shift at Bodego's restaurant downtown, he headed home to North Kildonan. As soon as he walked in, he knew something was wrong.
Little hairs stood up on the back of my neck, and I was like, I should probably go check out the basement. And I got to the top of the stairs, and my jaw hit the floor.
Water levels were rising out of control in his family home, and the new drywall and flooring he just put in was waterlogged and ruined.
There was about 6 to 8 inches of water, brown, dirty sewer water, and all of my stuff just floating around in the basement.
A water damage restoration company came out right away to help with initial cleanup, but it could be weeks before his insurance comes through.
The hurry up and wait, and waiting for a phone call, waiting for someone to come by, and it's starting to take a mental toll on myself and my wife.
And he's not the only one waiting for help. Over in Windsor Park, an entire street is in the dark. Josh Avanthe's power is still off after being knocked out by the storm.
I've been without power for over 42 hours, and it's been totally, my fridge is totally toast, and it's warm, and food has been a total loss.
Hydro crews have been here on Arundel Road working since Tuesday night. It's been hard to keep busy in the meantime with little light.
Don't really hear of this too often, especially in a big city like Winnipeg.
And some residents are trying to clean up on their own. Stores like Princess Auto are seeing gear flying off the shelves. Staff say customers have been taking advantage of their new 24-hour section.
It's been absolutely wild, and you think of all things water and cleanup is what we've been selling. Pumps, generators for people with power out, shop vacs, brooms, squeegees, everything to do with discharging water off their properties.
Joseph Bernacki, CTV News, Winnipeg.
One major impact of Tuesday's severe weather has been extended power outages in many areas, which crews have been scrambling to correct. On Thursday evening, Manitoba Hydro said it had restored power to all but 245 customers across the province, including roughly 100 in Winnipeg. Some people have been without power for days, and it's raising questions about whether it's still safe to eat the food in your fridge and freezer.
Well, essentially, in the fridge, it's usually that if the power's off, usually recommend 4 hours is the maximum.
Michael Eskin with the Department of Food and Human Nutritional Sciences says that especially applies to items such as meat, poultry, eggs, and vegetables, which have already been cut up, as well as dairy, including milk, yogurt, and soft cheeses. It also applies to anything containing those ingredients. Eskin says hard cheeses, butter, margarine, whole fruits and vegetables, condiments, and food which was cooked previously, like leftovers, will keep longer. And finally, if your freezer is full and you haven't been opening it, meat should keep anywhere between 24 and 48 hours or even a bit longer.
Usually you can tell if the food is, if there's ice crystals and it's frozen, then it's essentially it hasn't thawed. That would be a problem. And if it's half frozen, if the freezer is half full, then usually say about 24 hours.
Again, Eskin says to check for ice crystals to make sure food is safe, and be sure to cook any meat which is on the borderline at a high heat. Anything that smells off, has a slimy texture, or shows signs of mold should not be consumed. Here's a look at what's happening now in traffic along Kenison and Sterling Lion Way. It looks like things are moving well over here to start off this Friday morning. If you see any problems out on the streets, let us know, please.
Elon Musk's SpaceX is set to begin trading on the NASDAQ today, likely around noon Eastern time. It'll be the biggest initial public offering in history, and it's expected to make the polarizing entrepreneur the world's first trillionaire. There'll also be some billionaires being made at his company as well. The company priced more than 555 million shares. It's a big number at $135 each in a filing with the U.S. markets regulator on Thursday, placing SpaceX in the top 10 of Wall Street's biggest companies with a valuation of just under $1.8 trillion, ahead of Tesla, of which Musk is a part owner, Facebook owner Meta, and Walmart. The offering will raise more than $75 billion. Rocket Lab stock lifting off on the pre-markets on Friday after the index provider NASDAQ said it would add the rocket launch company to the NASDAQ 100. NASDAQ said after Thursday's close that Rocket Lab and 4 other stocks will be added to the 100 before the market opens on June 22nd as part of a quarterly rebalancing. The other stocks joining the tech-heavy index are chipmaker Astera Labs, cloud computing companies CoreWeave and Nebius, and chip testing equipment manufacturer Teradyne. Those are your morning business headlines. For BNN Bloomberg, I'm Roger Peterson.
Let's go back now to Ainsley McPhail, who's in a beautiful home this morning. It's all for a great cause. Good morning, Ainsley.
Good morning. It's the early bird deadline, midnight tonight for the Tri-Hospital Dream Lottery. We're at a beautiful home in Headingley, Manitoba, and this home is proof that it doesn't matter how big your home is. Your wife may want 10 to 12 pillows that she may not even want to sleep on. This is the best, and it's for a good cause. The 3 major hospitals here in Manitoba. We're going to be chatting about some of the research programs, particularly up north as it pertains to type 2 diabetes. To the prizes, 26 winners worth over $257,000. That is for that early bird. The 50-50, it climbed to over $1.3 million. You get half of that. And then also the grand prize, you can take the cash if you don't want the gorgeous house, $1.35 million. Doesn't that sound great?
It does sound great. I want it. Okay, thank you, Ainsley. Let's go out to the rooftop. Oh, the sun is shining, Terri.
I've been waiting for this. I just stepped out here and it was still looking kind of gray and gloomy, and I thought, I was just thinking to myself, I feel like I just manifested this moment, because I was like,
I love it.
Come on. I just wanted some sunshine, and all of a sudden the clouds parted, and here it is. And boy, let me tell you, when that sun is shining right down on you, first of all, it is absolutely blinding, but the warmth of it, it feels so good. And it's what we need. I was just thinking, my poor flowers too, one of my favorite things to do is to come up here on the rooftop, check in on my flowers. I know in the mayor's message to me, he's like, you probably don't miss those rooftop hits. Maybe not in the middle of winter. I won't say that. Although, listen, it's so beautiful up here, but especially in the summertime and especially when it's sunny. Unfortunately, it's not going to stay sunny for long over the next couple of days. 12 degrees is where we're sitting right now. 14 degrees. No, those are 14K winds out of the west. I am so distracted this morning. I apologize to everyone at home. You tune in, you want a weather forecast, and I'm messing this up all over the place. Pressure is rising, the humidity sitting at 92%, but I am standing here in the sunshine, at least for a moment. We're still likely to see some heavier clouds passing through, scattered precipitation off and on through southern Manitoba, but just heavy, intense rainfall expected across northern Manitoba, and that's still going to continue all throughout this coming weekend. Maybe by Sunday starting to see some improvements in the northwest, but still northeastern Manitoba right into Sunday. We'll be dealing with that heavy rain. We'll have some scattered precipitation today, maybe still overnight and into tomorrow morning, but after that we should start to see some clearing here in the south, an opportunity to dry up a little bit. Yes, the winds are going to be strong throughout today, but still tomorrow as well, and eventually that sunshine comes back again. That sunshine isn't quite going to bring the kind of heat that you might like this time of year. We might even end up a little bit shy of seasonal, but sunshine is still an improvement over all of this rain.
Weather is brought to you by Canadian Footwear, helping you find the perfect fit.
Thank you, Terry. It's time now for a question of the day. Today is not really a question. We want you to send your best wishes to Terry. You can text your answer to 10400. Make sure to follow the automated instructions so we can feature your response. And don't forget to include your name, please.
Question of the day, brought to you by Provivo, Manitoba's #1 cool sculpting clinic, science-backed body contouring.
At Your Morning Winnipeg, we're all about celebrating your amazing pets, furry, feathered, or scaly. Your Pet of the Week submissions are amazing. We want to see more. Whether it's dogs, cats, birds, or any other pet pals, send them our way. Drop your pet photos and a fun little story about them to petoftheweek@ctv.ca, and then catch us every Thursday to find out if your pet is our Pet of the Week on Your Morning Winnipeg. We're taking a break now. We'll be back right after this. An isolated First Nation in northern Manitoba is declaring a state of emergency amid escalating violence and a growing addictions crisis. Say Dene First Nation is a fly-in community located on Dooley Lake, more than 300 kilometers north of Thompson. The community of around 300 doesn't have a dedicated police presence, and its chief says an escalation of violence, drugs, and addictions in the past month has left the band and its council not feeling safe.
It's a safety issue for our members. It's also a right to have police protection and public safety.
You know, I've sat at every table and I've met with so many people reiterating the same story over and over and over again, and it just doesn't seem to be getting anywhere.
Chief and council are seeking stronger policing and screening measures to stop drugs from being brought into the community. They also want support for addictions treatment and mental health. RCMP tells CTV News they have been in regular contact with the First Nation to discuss the concerns. It's recently added additional officers to the Thompson Rural Detachment, which it says will allow the force to scale up patrols. That's expected to happen in the next few months. Tuesday's devastating storms could spell disaster for many farmers across the region.
I don't really think there's any crop that's going to survive being completely submerged for the extent of time that we've seen it.
Jake Eyre, Vice President of Keystone Agricultural Producers, is predicting widespread crop damage across the south central region. Farmers have already been battered this season by wet and cold conditions and a destructive dust storm. He says the question now is how long it will take for the water to recede, but even then, reseeding won't be a fast process.
It's, tough to say. Some of those regions that got that excessive rain, it won't be days, it'll be weeks, if not, unfortunately, longer until you can even walk in the field, let alone get a piece of equipment back in there.
Eyre says seeding was already about 25 to 30% behind average. And a reminder, there are supports available for farmers who are struggling. The National Farmer Crisis Line and the Manitoba Farm Rural and Northern Support Line offer judgment-free services 24 hours a day. Those numbers are there on your screen. Here's a look now at what's happening at Confusion Corner. Things appear to be moving quite well to start off this Friday. If you see any problems, let us know, please. In entertainment, from opening ceremonies to the final 38 days from now, the World Cup trophy will go to one of the 48 teams vying for it. The FIFA World Cup halftime show is the first of its kind.
Wouldn't it be amazing if, there could be a halftime show to, create this moment of unity all around the planet at a time when the world needs it.
Global Citizen and Live Nation are behind the show, which is being curated by Coldplay's Chris Martin. The CEO of Global Citizen, Hugh Evans, says it will be the most viewed halftime show ever. It's also the first ever halftime show at a World Cup. It's projected to reach an audience of 1.5 to 1.6 billion people. And there's no doubt why. Aside from the reach of the tournament, Shakira, Madonna, and BTS are headlining the show. It will happen July 19th in New York. Now to a film that's sure to keep you on the edge of your seat. The trailer is out for a new survival thriller starring Brad Pitt.
Good job, buddy. We're just gonna have to do this the hard way.
Brad Pitt plays a former Special Forces soldier who's left stranded in the wilderness in Alaska, along with retired service dog Odin. The pair rely on each other as they try to make their way to safety. Heart of the Beast hits theaters September 25th. Your Friday primetime lineup starts at 7 with Spring Break Murders. Crime Scene Investigators comes next at 8. And at 9, catch Boston Blue. It's all right here tonight on CTV. Bringing in Terri now. We saw a little glimpse of sunshine earlier, but it's not expected to stick around.
We'll see pockets of sunshine here or there and just enjoy every moment that you do get, because overall, you're right, it's going to be on the cloudier side. Here's a look outside and it looks so dreary and depressing, doesn't it, unfortunately? This CTV Live Eye is brought to you by Bathfitter, exclusive home of the PermaFit solution. With those heavier clouds that are hanging over us is still the possibility of some scattered showers, and the temperatures, even though they're still slightly above seasonal to kick off the morning, we're not going to be making very impressive gains today, and we're going to end up below seasonal with where we're kind of maxing out. So 10 being that normal low, and most of us are at least in those low teens. 12 degrees over in Brandon and Dauphin, so a degree cooler than the 13 that we're sitting on here in the southeast. Northern Manitoba, some mid to high single digits, and this is where the bulk of the activity will be today, with that heavy rain expected to continue all throughout the weekend, especially in the northeastern part. Northwestern Manitoba might start to see some improvements by Sunday, but northeastern Manitoba will still deal with that saturation all throughout the coming weekend. Off and on precipitation here throughout the south, so nowhere near as heavy or intense, but we had those intense storms Tuesday night, and we're still trying to dry up from that, and we really haven't had the chance because yesterday there was still rain. This morning, still more, and off and on throughout the day we can expect more of it yet. I mentioned where we're maxing out today keeps us well below seasonal, so 17 degrees likely as warm as it'll get. Well, 23 degrees would be a normal daytime high, so we're not going to get there today, and we could be even further from it for tomorrow, with the possibility of showers lingering right into tomorrow morning. Then eventually just mainly cloudy conditions through the day, hopefully starting to clear out though by evening time, and that'll set us up for the sunshine that we'll be enjoying all throughout the latter part of the weekend and into next week, with some warmer temperatures, which I promise you, will feel like a huge improvement over 14 degrees, but 23 being normal, so we're still staying a little shy of that. Last night, out at a soggy soccer game, Carrie Wilson snapped this picture for us, reminding us there's always a little light at the end of the tunnel. Thank you for sharing this beautiful photo, and keep them coming, please, to Winnipeg Weather at ctv.ca.
June 12, 1944. A Second World War act of heroism earned Winnipeg gunner Andrew Minarski a posthumous Victoria Cross. Rather than jump from a burning bomber over France, Minarski tried to save a trapped crewmate. The 27-year-old Minarski suffered fatal burns, but his comrade miraculously survived the crash. June 12, 2019. An expert panel called for the federal government to work with the provinces and territories to create a single-payer national pharmacare plan to cover every Canadian. The council recommended a new drug agency that would be responsible for developing a national formulary list of prescription drugs by January the 1st, 2022. June 12th, 2025. Winnipeg Jets goaltender Connor Hellebuck won the Hart Trophy as the NHL's most valuable player and the Vezina Trophy as the league's top netminder. Hellebuck was the first goalie to claim the Hart since Montreal's Carey Price a decade ago. The 32-year-old from Michigan topped the stats page with a 47-12-3 record and a .925 save percentage.
It's time now for this week's Adorable Adoptables. We begin with Nitro. He's a 2-year-old smart boy who's already trained, has lovely house manners, is always up for a game of fetch. Nitro enjoys a movie marathon couch snuggle night as equally as he enjoys going on adventures. Next up is Baxter. He's a sweet, pint-sized, nervous 1.5-year-old who is seeking love, but generally would like a calm home where he is allowed to do his own thing. Baxter doesn't like big noises or sudden movements, but loves to play outside. And meet Jeremy, a young, sweet soul. Jeremy's sweet demeanor makes him a delightful companion, always ready to offer a soft purr and a cozy snuggle. His curiosity knows no bounds, and as he explores every nook and cranny with gentle paws. If you think you can offer any of these animals a good home, just head down to the Winnipeg Humane Society or give them a call. The number is there on your screen. Let's see who's celebrating a milestone today. Happy 7th birthday, Natalia. Love from Gigi, Mommy, Daddy, Cuckoo, and OG. Happy 9th birthday, Roman. Love Mom, Grandma, Papa, and family. Wishing grandson Zayden a happy 8th birthday. Love Nanny, Gert, and Papa Tim. Happy 65th birthday, Joy, with love from your family and friends. Happy 45th wedding anniversary, Jen and Joy, with love from all your friends and family. And a happy 7th birthday to Cassie. Love Mom, Dad, and Sadie. To submit your milestone, visit our website, ctvnewswinnipeg.ca, and fill out the form at least 2 days in advance. Coming up, Ainsley is live at a beautiful home in Headingley. It's all about the Tri-Hospital Dream Lottery. There's an important deadline coming up. Stay tuned for more details. We're talking about the Tri-Hospital Dream Lottery with our Ainsley McPhail. When you support the lottery, you might win, but you can also support patients and research in this province. Hi, Ainsley.
Hi, and you know what? It is a win-win just because of that. We're talking about the research in this segment. Dr. Brandy Wicklow joins us, and what you do is so impressive. Share with our audience about some of the research projects on the go.
Sure, yeah, we do a lot of research at the Children's Hospital Research Institute in Manitoba. I'm a pediatric endocrinologist, so I take care of children with diabetes and other hormone disorders, and my work specifically looks at the differences in type 2 diabetes between children and adults and why First Nations children are disproportionately affected. And we've built a lot of programs to prevent diabetes. We've looked at the data and the evidence of how we can stop the sort of intergenerational diabetes that goes through families and communities. But there's a lot of other research in cancer, asthma, allergy, immunology, rheumatology, you name it. There is somebody who is doing world-class research right here in Manitoba on that specific childhood disease.
Mm-hmm. And when you purchase a ticket, it accumulates. So everyone thinks, oh, it's just one ticket. But at the end of the day, it's building to the research that you guys are doing on the ground. How key is that?
It's essential. So absolutely, in order to be competitive for national or international funding, and we do a lot of international collaboration, you need seed money. You need a place to start, to build your program, to get some pilot data to prove that you can do it here in Manitoba. We're very good at that. So we bring in, on average, $25 million to the Research Institute from external funding because we have the support from the beginning to help build our programs, to help get the equipment we need to do the projects that we need to do.
And at the end of the day, if we're getting more specific and narrowing it down, you're serving First Nations children who are suffering. What does it mean to those communities when you go in there?
Yeah, we've really been engaged. We've been very, very fortunate. They've been generous with their time and their energy. And I think that they appreciate that change needs to come in a partnership, so from within, but also from the expertise that we can bring to the table, from what we've learned from international groups across the world. And we do early screening. We pick children up before they develop diabetes who are at highest risk. We can put in programs to prevent diabetes. And I think that we're starting to notice a difference difference or a shift in a little bit of how people perceive diabetes, and it's not sort of such a bad disease. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Sorry to cut you off there. I hope people get a ticket. TryHospitalDream.com.
Okay, thank you, Ainsley. All right, Terri, we're halfway through the show already.
I know.
It's wild.
Yeah, it's flying by faster, I think, than I anticipated it flying by. But listen, I am taking moments to soak up every last bit of it, enjoying the presence of all of the incredible people that I worked with over the years, and still trying to be somewhat coherent for the folks at home who thank you for joining me as well. But I honestly, how I said earlier, I'm a little bit distracted and a little bit overwhelmed with emotion. So somewhat unexpected. I should have expected it.
Yeah, that's what happens when you say goodbye, right? It's a lot of emotion.
Yep, I mean, a lot of years spent in this building and with these people around me, and thank you for offering or welcoming me into your homes for all of these years too. So it really has been a treat. I wish I had better news to deliver on my last day. Unfortunately, it's still looking cloudy and gloomy, and it's breezy as well. 13 degrees below seasonal temperatures are expected today, although we're still technically above a normal low of 10. But that wind is picking up already. It's out of the west, gusting to 34 kilometers per hour. The pressure is rising and the humidity is sitting at 92%. So with the heavier clouds will come that scattered precipitation, and these cooler temperatures are expected as well. So there you can see we're just sitting in those kind of low teens throughout southern Manitoba, but mid to high single digits is as good as it gets throughout northern Manitoba. Even cooler yet in Churchill, just barely above the freezing mark. And this is where there's going to be the bulk of precipitation today, all throughout northern Manitoba. Tucked in those clouds, the precipitation doesn't read on the satellite image, but it's enough that Environment Canada has gone ahead and issued the warnings regarding the amount of rain that you'll be seeing over the next few days. It'll just be scattered precipitation, though, here through southern Manitoba, off and on over the next couple of days, and still with peaks of sunshine tucked in there as well. But yes, 17 is where we're going to top out as far as temperatures go, when 23 is normal for this time of year. And tomorrow, even cooler yet, with those showers continuing overnight and right into tomorrow morning. Then we'll get some sunshine back. This will seem like a huge improvement. Is it that blast of heat that we got last week? No, not even close to that. Not even quite seasonal, 23 being normal for this time of year, but a huge improvement over what we've been getting.
Thank you, Terri. The City of Winnipeg wants to offer a cash incentive to fix up vacant and derelict buildings. A new grant could be made available for owners and developers to repair these problem properties.
It's been sitting there vacant for years. I chase away crackheads, meth heads, people who just want to pass out and drink there. I have a grandson who plays in my yard.
Sarah Coates is talking about the boarded up and fire-ravaged home next door to hers. She sees a lot of them on her neighborhood walks. Now, the city wants to set up a $3 million grant program as an enticement to rehab some vacant and derelict buildings like these back-to-life building owners, developers, and nonprofits would be eligible for up to $35,000 per housing unit they revive. Applicants must meet certain criteria, one of which is that newly rehabilitated housing units be affordable. The hope is this could get between 100 and 150 housing units repaired.
It's a really good target. I mean, 100 new units of housing would obviously go a long way to provide more housing at a time when we need homes for people.
The city says as of last September, there were 535 vacant buildings with active orders under the city's vacant building bylaw. Applicants under the new program can apply for the grants this summer, with awards expected in the fall. Brandon residents could see higher water and wastewater rates as early as next year. The city is proposing increases it says are meant to cover the growing costs of maintaining services and infrastructure. For a typical family of four, it means about $5 more per month. The proposal goes before City Council Monday. If it passes first reading, it will head to the Public Utilities Board for review and approval, where Brandon residents will get a chance to have their say. 24 community centers are getting some help to make upgrades and improvements to their facilities.
Continuing to invest in these spaces so that future generations can enjoy them is what the Community Center Renovation Grant Program is all about.
The city-owned community centers will split renovation grants totaling just under $2 million. Work includes everything from kitchen renovations and air conditioning to rink upgrades and flooring. Quebec has become the first province in Canada to regulate the sale of energy drinks, banning the products for anyone under 16.
A younger person is going to be more sensitive to the effects of caffeine. And you add on top of that some kids are also taking medications for ADHD. The combination of stimulants with caffeine can prove fatal.
The decision comes after a 15-year-old died in 2024 after drinking Red Bull while on ADHD medication. Under the new rules, sellers will have to ask for photo ID when selling the high caffeine energy drinks. This is the first time at a World Cup when a host country is at war with one of the teams in the tournament. This has made for an unusual situation for Iran's team. All 3 of its group games are being played in the U.S., but the team is training and staying in Mexico and will fly into the U.S. on match days. Iran has already accused the U.S. of taking too long to issue visas. 15 of its officials and support staff remain unable to enter the U.S. U.S. officials say U.S. visas have been issued to all players and necessary support staff. Iran's first game is on Monday against New Zealand in L.A. This is the way to experience the World Cup final if money is no object. The Mark Hotel in New York is offering a luxury package for the big game. It comes with 6 tickets, 6 on-field passes, a helicopter ride from New York to New Jersey, and a private lounge at the stadium. And of course, there is a 4-night stay at a luxury suite with every amenity a person can ask for. So how much does this cost? $1 million US. The World Cup final is July 19th at MetLife Stadium. We have some road closures to remind you about this morning on Balmoral Street. The northbound curb lane will be closed from Ellis to Sargent Avenue. All westbound lanes on Poplar Avenue will be closed between Brazier and Henderson Highway. And the westbound curb lane on Sargent will be closed from Strathcona to Stanford Street. If you see any issues out there, though, let us know. Here's a look at your gas prices. In Winnipeg, the average is $1.65. It's a slight drop from yesterday. And the lowest price in the city is $1.56. All this information is on GasBuddy.com.
The Price at the Pump is brought to you by the Kidney Foundation. Help by donating your card today.
If you're trying to plan out your Folk Fest weekend, check out this Your Morning Winnipeg contest. The 51st edition of Folk Festival runs July 9th to the 12th out at Birds Hill Park. Taking the main stage, Father John Misty, Lucy Dacus, Sylvan Esso, and Monsters and Men. This is your chance to win 4 tickets and invite your family and friends to enjoy all 4 days of the Winnipeg Folk Festival. To enter, head to the contest page on our website, ctvwinnipeg.ca, and don't forget to enter the keyword HAPPY. Good luck.
Terri, congratulations on your retirement.
Gabe, thank you. Honestly, everybody, thank you so much. All right, outside this morning, it's 13 degrees. We've got winds out of the west, gusting to 34 kilometers per hour. The pressure is rising and the humidity sitting at 92%. I'm going to have to give Gabe my forwarding address. I'll miss his Christmas card this year. He's always the first one to send it. He is on the ball. Anyway, let's take a look around the province at what people can expect today, because while the precipitation doesn't show up on our satellite image, you can see the heavier clouds, and that's where the rain will be falling the heaviest today. So the most intense activity will be all throughout northern Manitoba. No matter where you go today, below seasonal temperatures are expected. You're at 1 degree right now, rising to about 3 degrees in Churchill. And other places really won't be warming up much either. We're in the mid-single digits already. It's pretty much where you'll hold steady throughout the day with the heavy clouds, the soggy conditions, and that rain that is just expected to last for days, especially in the northeast, lingering even longer than the northwest. For example, the northwestern part of the province might eventually start to see a little bit of clearing later into the day on Saturday and maybe for Sunday, a little bit of sunshine to enjoy, but still for today, overnight, tomorrow as well, heavier clouds and yes, the rain and plenty of it. Whereas for southern Manitoba, there will be some scattered showers, but they'll be considerably lighter and nowhere near as intense. And there might even be those moments of sunshine to enjoy. Too, though, the stronger winds will be increasing and they'll remain strong over the next couple of days, which is kind of good news. I mean, the winds will help dry things up from all of that rain that fell for us. It was Tuesday night that we saw the bulk of the activity, but it still continued through yesterday, still more of it today, and still overnight and into tomorrow morning. The scattered precipitation is possible. Further to the east of us, you're in it too for northwestern Ontario. Now, the sunshine will eventually be returning, perhaps by Saturday night, but Saturday morning still the possibility of some scattered showers. Now, with that sunshine, temperatures warm but only slightly, still just shy of seasonal.
Thank you, Terri. Let's go now to Ainsley, who's live at this gorgeous show home in Headingley, and it's all in support of patients in this province. Hi.
Hi, even our littlest patients, over 11,000 babies born between the 3 hospitals here in Manitoba. And when you purchase a ticket for the Tri-Hospital Dream Lottery, you are supporting them. Mary Beth Taylor joins us now. We're talking about the Children's Hospital. You guys have done some amazing upgrades to some of your units.
Yeah, we sure have. So CK5, which sees our cancer, blood disorders, and transplant patients, is having a miraculous facelift right now. And we partnered with Graffiti Art Programming, and artists have provided art that is going in the rooms that is going to really make those spaces special for those families.
And that must go a long way too, because nobody, of course, wants to find themselves in a hospital, but for a child, just providing that little bit of light.
Yeah, it's very important. And when you think about CK5, some of those kids are there for many weeks and in some cases many months. So that space, that patient room becomes their home and quite often becomes the home for the family. And if a child is in isolation, given some of the treatment that has to happen, that can be a dreary clinical space, a hospital room. So adding some life and adding some beauty into it just helps with their healing and makes you feel better.
And looking to the future of Manitobans, who these children will be, that's where the research comes in, and you're doing tons of that.
We sure are. Our research institute is world-renowned. We are very lucky to have it in Manitoba, but we are humble in Manitoba, so we don't talk about it enough. And the Children's Hospital Research Institute of Manitoba, the Children's Hospital provides funding to that annually, which is then seed funding, and then they use that to leverage other funding. It's about $25 to $30 million that is provided annually.
Wow. You know what's not humble? This home. It's beautiful. If you get a ticket, it could be yours.
And that's what it's all about. Thank you, Ainsley. Hometown fans got their first in-person look at the 2026 Winnipeg Blue Bombers in action last night at Princess Auto Stadium. The pre-game atmosphere was dampened somewhat by a downpour, but the game was sold out for the 15th straight time here in Winnipeg. After that, the skies cleared and the game was underway. The Bombers on the board first with 5:19 left in quarter number 1. This field goal by Sergio Castillo makes it 3-0 Winnipeg. The first quarter winds down, but the energy certainly doesn't as Bombers QB Zach Caleros connects with Nick Dembski, and the Bombers lead 10-7. The Winnipeg side lets the lead and some momentum slip away, allowing the Ticats to surge to a 31-13 lead. But with just over 9 minutes left in regulation, Caleros tosses it to receiver Ontario Wilson for the touchdown, and the Bombers show some spark. With about 2:30 left in the fourth, Caleros passes to Tommy Neal down at the 1, and a bit later, the Bombers capitalize on the opportunity for the short yardage touchdown. That's as close as they got, though. Hamilton takes this one by a final of 37-27. Winnipeg is 1-1 on this young season. They next see action at home on June 25th against Edmonton.
Hello there, Matt Scooby inside the SportsCenter newsroom with your must-see moment from Thursday. Darren Fox's mental lapse led to the Knicks pulling off the greatest comeback in NBA Finals history Wednesday. It was so massive, even the usually surly John Tortorella had to talk about it in the midst of the Stanley Cup Final.
I wanted to go to bed, but when they got it down to 15, you knew something stupid was going to happen. I'm just basically saying the same stupid stuff's happening in our series. I forget the basketball player's name, but he's probably a very intelligent player. I think the intensity and just the moment that's going on in the finals now, I mean, they're human beings. It just overcomes you sometimes to do some stupid things. And yeah, I don't have an answer. Who can explain some of the things that's going on in this series? One thing as a coach you look for, as long as they care, as long as they're trying, that's all you can ask. And there'll be some crazy things that go along with it.
Heck of some insight from Torts. Just a reminder, the first World Cup game on Canadian soil will take place in Toronto later today. Canada playing Bosnia and Herzegovina. Tune into TSN, CTV, or Crave to catch the game at 1:30 Central. That's all for now from the SportsCenter newsroom. Have a great day.
The TSN must-see moment is brought to you by Super Blinds and Draperies, featuring Hunter Douglas products. Weather is brought to you by Garage Masters, your complete garage specialists.
17 degrees is likely our highest temperature for today, so that will keep us well below seasonal. Normal highs would be around 23. Now, last year we got a little bit beyond that, up to 24 degrees. All the way back in 1993, though, 32. Oh, that's the kind of weather that I'm craving, my goodness. But I am happy to say sunshine gracing us once again. Just momentarily, perhaps, I can still see heavy clouds all around us. And there were some showers earlier this morning, and there likely will be more throughout the day today. It's 13 degrees at the moment here in Winnipeg, with a bit of a breeze increasing. It's out of the west, and it's gusting to 34 kilometers per hour. The pressure rising, humidity sitting at 92%. But yes, any moment like this that I get out here, especially, I'm so happy for my flowers to get a little bit of sunshine too. I mean, for everybody, you know, our gardens, our fields, absolutely saturated. So a few moments of sunshine, we will take any single second of it. It's just that there's not going to be a lot of seconds of it, or much at all, over the next couple of days. So still with the heavier clouds, the scattered precipitation off and on, but it's northern Manitoba that is going to bear the brunt of what Mother Nature is dishing up over the next few days, because northern Manitoba remaining under rainfall warnings, heavy, intense rain expected throughout the day, overnight, tomorrow too, lingering into Sunday for the northeast. Whereas here in the south, yes, scattered precipitation off and on through the day. Overnight into tomorrow morning, still perhaps a few brief showers, and then eventually starting to taper off. That by tomorrow night, starting to see things clearing out again, and by Sunday, hopefully we'll be soaking up the sunshine again.
A Winnipeg woman is biking across the country to raise money and awareness for the Canadian Cancer Society. Maddie Kennedy's mom was diagnosed with breast cancer, and many others in her family have had their own battles with cancer. And that's why Kennedy is hoping to raise a lot of money on her ride across Canada. Joining us now in the midst of her journey is Maddie Kennedy. Good morning, Maddie.
Good morning. Thank you so much for having me.
Well, thanks for joining us. Now, tell us a little bit about why you wanted to take this journey and the importance of it for your mom.
You know, the whole point of the journey is what a privilege, and it's the privilege of our health and of our bodies, and just being able to wake up every day and put 2 feet on the ground and go throughout my day pain-free is such a blessing, and it's something that I try not to take for granted now. When you hear the C word, or you know somebody that has gone through that, it just changes your perspective, and I just don't ever want to take my health for granted. So I'm kind of doing this for those that can't, and the whole movement is what a privilege to be able to do that.
That is incredible. Okay, so tell us about your planned journey, where you're starting and where you're going.
So we started in Peggy's Cove on April 27th. So we are 45 days in. We have 3 days left, and we are going to be jumping in the Pacific Ocean on my 30th birthday. So this Sunday, June 14th. So it's been a wild journey, but really excited for that.
That is crazy. Now you're biking every day, sometimes 140 to 200 kilometers a day. Is that right?
Yeah, so the most that we did was 200 kilometers through the Northern Ontario stretch, but we're kind of going anywhere from like 140 to 180 kilometers. It varies every day based on the wind and mountains and everything like that, but we're pushing every single day that we can, yeah.
No kidding. Now, what sort of experience have you had so far? Any hiccups on the road?
We have had every hiccup thrown our way, every setback, and honestly, it's made the journey what it is. We've been obviously sharing a lot of it on social media. We've had 8 flat tires. I've had 4 on my bike. We've had 4 on the RV. I had an infection in my eye that we had to take a day off for because I couldn't see in the last week. I had a crash on my bike a couple days ago. I got stitches in my kneecap. I thought the journey was going to be over, and we had to take the day off for that because I couldn't bike. And then we did some prayers, we iced it, and the next day I was able to bike. So we've gone a couple days since then, and it just kind of makes the journey more special knowing how much we've had to overcome.
Yeah, and you continue to persevere. You're not going to let this stop you.
No, we are getting to Vancouver one way or the other.
What does your mom think about this?
She's so proud. Like, she's posting on Facebook every day. Like, she is going to be meeting us in Vancouver too. So she's flying out there tomorrow. She'll meet us there this weekend, and it'll just be a really cool moment to have like all my favorite people surrounding me, watching us jump in the water and finish this off.
And you're not doing this just because it's a good time. You're doing this for a really important cause. What is your goal?
Yeah, we were trying to raise money for the Canadian Cancer Society. Obviously, it's important to me, and we have our film crew here too, and you know, it's really important to all of us on this trip. So just the impact that it's made while we've been on this journey and how many people we've met that cancer has impacted, I think it's honestly impacted everyone in one way, shape, or form. And I just think it's a really important cause, and I want to raise money for that. I want to raise awareness for that, and just to really inspire people to take their health, appreciate their health while they have it, and not take that for granted.
All right, so if someone's watching, they want to support you, how can they do that?
So you can follow the journey at Maddie Kennedy, MadyKennedy on Instagram. The link to donate is there as well. We are about $15,000 away from our goal right now for the next 4 days. So I really hope that we can hit that by the time we jump in the water. But yeah, it's just a really exciting journey. So.
And when you do get to jump in the water, what do you think that's going to feel like?
You know what? I know there's going to be a lot of tears. There's already been a lot of tears on this journey so far. So without a doubt, I'm going to be crying. Definitely going to have a hug with my dad. He's been on the journey with me the entire time, driving the RV behind me. So it'll be a really special moment for sure for all of us. Like we've dedicated a lot into this. We've sacrificed a lot to do this, and just seeing us finally be able to finish after every hurdle that we've had to overcome is going to be even sweeter.
Well, Maddie, good luck on this journey and on this mission. We're so proud of you. Thank you so much for giving us some time out of your bike trip today.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Have the best day.
You too.
Terri, how you doing? Milt Stiegel here. Just want to say congratulations. Congratulations on 15 wonderful years at CTV, and even those days when you had to report it was going to be 20, 30, 40, 50 below, whatever it may be. With your personality, you always kept everyone warm. So exciting what this next phase of your life is going to be, because I know you're going to be great at it. Take care. See you soon.
It's Friday, June the 12th. Pumps at a premium. Owners of storm-saturated properties flood into hardware and home stores for gear to get the water out. Economic summit in Europe, where the Prime Minister will stop first, and what might be discussed before he heads to the G7 talks. And wishing her a future cast of sunny skies, balmy breezes, and seasonal temperatures, we bid a fond farewell to Terri on her last day here at CTV. Your Morning Winnipeg starts right now. Good morning, Manitoba. It is Friday. It's also Terri's last day with us. We just all went, oh, we just saw
little toothless Terri.
Of you. Well, today we've been showing fun video.
They grew in.
We've been showing fun video of Terri throughout her 15 years here with the morning show, and today is also June 12th. Terri, can you believe it?
Can you believe it?
It's already November. Can you believe it?
Can you believe it?
We had a fun celebrity sighting on Jimmy Kimmel's show yesterday. Take a look at this.
Can you believe it?
Can you believe it? Already November 1st.
November 1st. Can you believe it's already November 1st?
Yes.
November 1st. Can you believe it? November 1st. Can you believe it? November 1st. Can you believe it? November 1st. Can you believe it?
November 1st.
Yeah.
Hard to believe.
November 1st. Hard to believe.
Hard to believe that it is already November. Hard to believe it's already.
Terri,
Hard to believe we are in.
you were on Jimmy Kimmel last night.
Can you believe it?
Can you believe it? I cannot believe it. That is so cool. They're obviously watching CTV Morning Live.
It's so funny because I was getting messages this morning and I'm thinking, I had no idea what it was about. I'm like, I don't think I said anything controversial yesterday. Every now and then I'm kind of aware when I say something that might be a little bit, and I was racking my head. So it wasn't until I came in this morning and actually saw what it was about. But
so
I feel like, are you even a morning show news anchor if you don't, on the first day of every month, look at your co-host and be like, can you believe it? It's almost like, when you're in the middle of a downpour and a dad looks outside and says, we really needed this rain. It's kind of like a rite of passage in our jobs, first of the month. Can you believe it?
I cannot believe it. I love it, though. I love it. Well, I can't believe this is your last hour.
It's wild, right? It
Yes.
snuck up on us, I feel like. We've been talking about this for a while, but here it is.
Here it is. Can you believe it?
Can you believe it? We really needed that rain. Okay,
we don't.
But no, in reality, we did. I mean, here's the thing. We had those dry conditions all up until those intense storms, and now what we don't need is the rain. What we need instead is the sunshine, some warmer temperatures. The winds, we'll take the winds because that'll help dry things up. But yeah, everything is so soggy out there. 13 degrees is where we're sitting right now with west winds gusting to 34 clicks, the pressure rising, the humidity at 85%. I mean, we can rewind the clock a little bit and talk about how dry it was at the start of the season, and we were all worried about what the situation was going to look like coming off of last year's intense fire season. So we did need this. We just didn't need what we got. Here we are still with the heavy rain hanging over us. Southern Manitoba still trying to dry up from the storms the other night, but scattered precipitation still off and on. Meanwhile, northern Manitoba, it's not scattered at all. It is this massive, very organized system that is just bringing intense rain and will continue to do so over the next stretch of days. So basically all weekend long, things are going to be feeling pretty soggy through northern Manitoba, eventually pushing into southern Manitoba and even passing over southern Manitoba or central Manitoba, passing over southern Manitoba once again. This is where it's going to linger a little bit longer, though, is northeastern Manitoba. Eventually we'll see the clearing through the rest of the province, getting back to some sunshine, not getting back to the heat, though. We had that blast of heat that was like a little bit too much. Mother Nature is just going at us with the extremes these days, the extreme heat into the extreme saturation. Now we will get that sunshine back, but with more moderate temperatures expected. 23 degrees, that would be normal for this time of year. Azalee, thank you very much for your art today. We'd love to see more of what you're working on. The beautiful flowers here just brings a smile to my face. Send your art to our website, ctvnewswinnipeg.ca, and when you do, you're entered to win a $100 gift card from Crock-A-Doodle on Caniston.
The weather art of the day is brought to you by Crock-A-Doodle. Spend quality time with loved ones and paint memories together.
Thank you, Terry. Homeowners across Winnipeg and Manitoba are still dealing with the aftermath of a series of powerful storms that left basements flooded and residents shaken. Just one of many communities dealing with storm effects is Selkirk, where the mayor says much still needs to be cleaned up, describing the damaged trees in Selkirk Park as devastating.
There's a lot of work ahead of us. I was at the Selkirk Park, and it's got a lot of trees down, so we've got a lot of guys in there right now. Kudos to our administration and our support staff. I mean, you know, they've got the streets opened up in the city. They've cleaned up a lot. You know, you drive around now, and it's a lot easier to get around. The yards are getting cleaned up, so that's a big one.
And Winnipeggers are also doing their fair share of cleanup work. A representative with Princess Auto says people have been piling into the Panet Road location in the storm's aftermath to get much needed supplies.
It's been absolutely wild, and you think of all things water and cleanup is what we've been selling. Pumps, generators for people with power out, shop vacs, brooms, squeegees, everything to do with discharging water off their properties.
Also Thursday, the RM of Rockwood was still reporting a dozen local roads were still closed or impacted by water. The municipality north of Winnipeg was among the hardest hit, with heavy precipitation causing overland flooding. Prime Minister Mark Carney will be in France this morning ahead of next week's G7 Leaders Summit. Prime Minister Carney is scheduled to meet with French President Emmanuel Macron. They're expected to talk about issues like trade, defense, and critical minerals. Prime Minister Carney will also be in Ireland before the G7 Summit starts on Monday at the French Alps. The Manitoba Museum has welcomed an historic gift into its collection.
The story begins here.
A ceremony marked the official transfer of the Hudson's Bay Company Royal Charter into the hands of Canadians. The 356-year-old document granted exclusive land, trading, and exploration rights over the entire Hudson Bay watershed, wrongly reflecting the belief the area was vacant. After being acquired by the Weston family and David Thompson last year, the charter was donated to a consortium which includes the Manitoba Museum. It plans to use the charter to spark conversation about our past and work towards reconciliation.
Undoubtedly, the HBC Royal Charter will probably be one of the most significant pieces on display within the HBC Gallery.
The gallery includes nearly 28,000 artifacts, belongings, and specimens, and is one of the largest fur trade era collections in the world. A new permanent exhibition featuring the charter will open in the fall of 2027. The charter will also be exhibited at the Canadian Museum of History in Gatineau, Quebec, and the Royal Ontario Museum in Toronto, in the future. Here's a look at the current traffic situation now along the St. James Bridge. Things are moving quite well over here. It looks a little drier in this part of the city as well. If you see any problems out on the streets, please send us a text at 10400.
Traffic is brought to you by Curtis Carpets, Manitoba's flooring experts.
Let's go back now to Ainsley McPhail. We're going to meet the champion child now and her father. Good morning, Ainsley.
Good morning, Rochelle. Yeah, we're chatting about the Tri-Hospital Dream Lottery and the Children's Hospital, but I'm reluctant to call our next guest a child because when I started interviewing you years ago, Kira Davlett, you were, in fact, a child. Now at 16, I'm like, I don't know. Is it fair? Is that fair of me?
I would say I'm still a child.
Okay, fair enough. Tell, you're the former champion child, 2022. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah. So when I was the champion child, I got to go to like lots of events, and it was really exciting to have all these opportunities and just to meet new people, and it was so much fun just to like speak to different people too. It was a lot of fun.
And nobody wants to find themselves in a situation where they're having to go to the hospital, especially when they're so young. Break down for our audience what you told so many people during that time about your journey.
Yeah, so I have craniosynostosis. So what that is when the sutures in a baby's skull, they fuse too soon. I had my first surgery when I was 9 months old, and they cut my head open from one ear to the other so that my brain could grow. I've had lots of surgeries since then to help with this, and I don't know, I'm just living my best life too now. And the doctors, nurses, and staff have always been really friendly and really nice, and it's always been just so much fun to get to know them too.
Well, that's a big part of it. That's why we're encouraging people to buy a ticket for the Tri-Hospital Dream Lottery. If you could have a message for somebody at home as to why they too should do that, what is it?
Well, you're helping kids like me get the care we need. Yeah.
That's put so simply, and that's the best way to do it. You said you're doing well now. What are some things that you like to do?
I like to do band, so I play 4 instruments. I play piano, guitar, clarinet, and alto sax.
Oh, wow. And before we're out of time, we are out of time. Sorry, I'm not, I think I'm having some technical issues here. You guys have to buy a ticket for the Tri-Hospital Dream Lottery.
Hi, I'm Kenny, the cameraman. I worked with Terri for 15 years, and the only 2 left from the original cast are now me and Rochelle. It's been a pleasure working with you for 15. We did all the sold segments together. It was great. I loved you. We're going to miss you lots.
Oh, he has to hold his camera just to prove who he is, right? It's become his identity. He's cameraman Kenny.
Exactly.
People ask about cameraman Kenny when we're out and about.
He's a legend.
He really is.
He's an iconic legend. Anyway, you bring sunshine every day, but we might get some sunshine today after all.
Every now and then when I'm standing up there on the roof, the clouds part and I get to be standing in those beams. But yeah, few and far between as far as the sunny conditions go. Instead, some scattered showers expected off and on. We're looking through the CTV Live Eye, brought to you by Bathfitter, exclusive home of the PermaFit solution. Things are looking better out there right now. Those dark, gloomy looking clouds that were hanging over us earlier, because we had some brief showers even just before we started the show. Things are still pretty soggy from that, but there's still likely going to be more throughout the day. As far as temperatures go, we're starting to warm up, at least only by a degree, but we'll take it. 14 at the moment now in Winnipeg. Portage, Morton Winkler area all sitting at 14, 13 right now in Brandon and in Dauphin. Swan River, 11 degrees, still seeing the single digits further into northern Manitoba, and this is where things are going to be incredibly active with the weather today. The heavy, intense rain at times that has prompted all of the warnings issued by Environment Canada. So that's all tucked in the clouds. You just don't see the precipitation on the satellite image, but I promise you there's going to be plenty of it. Now here through the south, it's just going to be a little more scattered, less organized, and off and on throughout the day today. So a few more showers here or there, not just through the day, but overnight and into tomorrow. tomorrow, and topping out at about 17 degrees, which keeps us well below seasonal because 23 would be normal for this time of year, but as cool as it might be today, even cooler for tomorrow. So not ideal as we're kind of rolling into the weekend, but we will get that sunshine back again, and eventually some warmer weather too, up at least into those low 20s through the weekend itself. We'll be back right after this break with more Your Morning Winnipeg.
Elon Musk's SpaceX is set to begin trading on the NASDAQ today, likely around noon Eastern time. It'll be the biggest initial public offering in history, and it's expected to make the polarizing entrepreneur the world's first trillionaire. There'll also be some billionaires being made at his company as well. The company priced more than 555 million shares. It's a big number at $135 each in a filing with the U.S. markets regulator on Thursday, placing SpaceX in the top 10 of Wall Street's biggest companies with a valuation of just under $1.8 trillion, ahead of Tesla, of which Musk is a part owner, Facebook owner Meta, and Walmart. The offering will raise more than $75 billion. Rocket Lab stock lifting off on the pre-markets on Friday after the index provider NASDAQ said it would add the rocket launch company to the NASDAQ 100. NASDAQ said after Thursday's close that Rocket Lab and 4 other stocks will be added to the 100 before the market opens on June 22nd as part of a quarterly rebalancing. The other stocks joining the tech-heavy index are chipmaker Astera Labs, cloud computing companies CoreWeave and Nebius, and chip testing equipment manufacturer Teradyne. Those are your morning business headlines. For BNN Bloomberg, I'm Roger Peterson.
A Manitoba author has written a short story for an anthology that'll include the stories of several other indie fantasy, sci-fi, and romance writers. The anthology is called Rings of Adventure, and author Trinity Cunningham's story will be featured in the Canada-wide virtual book fair. Joining us now is the author of the Guardians of the Well to Firestone trilogy, Trinity Cunningham. Good morning, Trinity.
Good morning.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Now, before we get to these 3 books that you've written, we want to talk more specifically about this entry into this anthology.
Yeah.
Tell us how you even got involved with this entry.
So I'm a part of the indie community, the indie authors community, and a friend reached out and had asked if I wanted to participate and submit my short story.
Yeah.
So a bunch of us authors, there's about 30 some of us, and we're all submitting a short story into this anthology that's going to be released at Christmas time as an Advent thing. So it's like one short story a day for the month of December. And it'll be running as a Kickstarter campaign starting in September.
Now, there's authors from all around the world in this anthology, right? What does it mean to you to be incorporated or to be added to this whole list of great authors?
I feel super intimidated with this group of people because a lot of them are names that have been familiar in the author world for myself, seeing them, and I'm like, oh, I'm going to be a part of this group. Like, I'm really
fantastic.
Excited about it and honored to be a part of it. So.
Like who?
JCM Byrne, Joe Byrne writes the Wistful Ascending, and so it's all indie community, indie sci-fi, horror, fantasy, and romance or romantasy. And Rosaire Bushy, Mike Molman, Tim McKay, there's a lot of names. There's a lot of names.
So writing was not always your thing. You started in 2020. Tell us a little bit about what led you down this path.
So I actually started, I always wrote songs.
Short stories?
Not short stories, no, songs. Screenwriting I got into, but I never really pursued them beyond my home, basically. They weren't going to be seen by anybody but me. But when I hit 2020, I just needed something as an outlet, and I started writing a book, and it just kind of flowed and came naturally.
Okay, so let's talk about these books, because there's 3 of them. You started with 1, and this is the Guardians of the Well to Firestone trilogy.
Yeah.
This is fantasy.
Yes.
What's happening in these stories?
So the whole trilogy, the premise is that there's a magical stone that indwells the life of this country, is the source of magic in the land, and a guardian must be appointed to protect it from falling into the wrong hands. And each book follows a different guardian, and through the generations you get to see the progression of the Guardians of the Well to Firestone.
These have been really challenging for you to write, but yet it's kind of cathartic, right?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Tell us why and how.
You know, in 2020, as the world went, the way it did, I needed something just to pour myself into, and I started writing Bloodbound and found that a lot of things that I was dealing with were coming out through the pages. A lot of things that I dealt with in my childhood. I dealt with a lot of anxiety and just very fearful. So I was able to just project that through this character, and it helped me to grow and to come out of that place where I was at and to become more proactive in my own character.
Well, that is fantastic. Now, these will be featured, or 2 of them will be featured at a book fair. What else do you want people to know about this book fair?
Yeah, so it's Canada Fiction Fest, and it's a Canada-wide book fair that will take place from June 21st to July 4th. And there's about, I think, 121 authors across Canada participating, and there's going to be panels, panel discussions and readings, and I'll be also doing a panel discussion and a reading at some point through that time. So the schedule is all up on the website, and it's all free.
From 2020 to this, it must feel pretty great.
It's pretty amazing. I can't actually believe it.
Well, congratulations. And if people are interested in reading your books or the anthology, where do they find it?
trinitycunningham.ca. Everything is through there. I have all my social media icons that are linked to everything, and my link tree has links to the Kickstarter, the Rings of Adventure, and the Canada Fiction Fest. I've got all the links are there.
Well, congratulations, and thank you, Trinity, for being with us this morning.
Thank you so much.
All right, this is what I was waiting for, some sunshine finally. Thank you, Mother Nature. I was just wishing for this, mostly for my plants, which are waterlogged and saturated. Take a look at this. This is what we got. I mean, this is nowhere near as impressive as the amount of rain that we got the other night, but still, just from yesterday and into this morning early, another 5 millimeters. We can get rid of that now. Not on the flowers. The flowers have had enough. My goodness, I was worried that they would dry out. Nobody was here to water them. Mother Nature is taking good care of that. 14 degrees at the moment with those winds gusting to 37 clicks out of the west. The pressure rising, humidity sitting at 79%. And yes, sunshine came out for us to enjoy. So soak up every moment of it. I know we're still feeling very much soaked. And in fact, northern Manitoba is still getting soaked with heavy rain expected throughout the day today. Not just throughout the day, in fact, overnight into tomorrow. Still through Sunday, the northeastern part of the province will still be dealing with that heavy rain, whereas northwestern Manitoba will start to see some clearing by Sunday, as will we here across southern Manitoba. So improvements in a couple of days' time, but still today, yes, we're enjoying a moment of sunshine right now, but pockets of precipitation could still be passing through. A big thanks to Carrie Wilson for our picture today. That beautiful rainbow appeared over her kids' soccer game. Worth sitting in the rain for. Keep the photos coming, please, to Winnipeg Weather at CTV.ca.
Weather is brought to you by Mr. Lube Plus Tires. Same-day oil and tire changes.
I'm with Sam Cortez today from Sport Manitoba with a big event coming up. Sam, why don't you tell us what's going on?
Yeah, so we have Game Day presented by Qualico coming up on Saturday, July 4th from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. It'll be at the Lyric Field at Assiniboine Park. And essentially, it's just an opportunity for kids to come out and try a variety of different sports. It's open to everybody, but we're kind of looking at that 6 to 10 age range. And essentially, it's just a bunch of different sports stations set up on the field, and the provincial sport organizations are there on site to provide a bit of demonstration on technique and answer questions about their sport for families.
Excellent. Let's talk about what a unique experience this is for the families that take part.
Yeah, it's really a favorite for people because it provides kids the opportunity to try it before you're making that financial commitment, those time commitments. And, you know, it's just a really good opportunity for parents to also ask questions about the sport, about registration processes, you know, about the sport itself in general. And, you know, we really want a kid's first introduction to sport to be a positive one. And this is just a really good way for them to kind of dive in, try something new. They might discover something that they, you know, never knew that they liked. And, you know, at Sport Manitoba, we're big advocates for the benefits of multi-sport as well. So this event is, you know, really great to provide that variety. So, yeah, it's a really great opportunity for families.
I love that because a lot of times kids think of sport and, you know, there might be a few that really stand out to them, but then an experience like this really opens their eyes to how many different sports are out there, and then how you mentioned that opportunity to try them without the financial commitment, right? Because this is a free event for kids, is it not?
Yes, it's totally free. It's open to everybody. It's just a great opportunity to drop by. There's no commitment. You don't have to pre-register for the event. Just drop by, weather permitting. Also, I'll just mention that as well. Okay. So hopefully no rain. And yeah, come down to the Lyric Field at Assiniboine Park is open starting at 10 a.m. that day till 1 p.m. And you can visit sportmanitoba.ca for more information and to see all the sports that will be available on the field that day.
Nice. Is there anything that kids should be bringing with them? Like, do we need shoes, maybe a packed lunch, water bottle, these kind of things?
Yeah, focus on water bottle, just clothes to, you know, be active and that you're comfortable, and a good attitude. Open to try stuff, yeah.
That is always most important. If people want to support and find out more,
sportmanitoba.ca/gameday.
Sounds like a lot of fun. See you there.
This report is brought to you by Sport Manitoba, growing sport, wellness, and community.
Fans of the Epic series, check out this contest. Track to Lord of the Rings, the Fellowship of the Ring will be performed live here in Winnipeg. 250 musicians will provide a full orchestral accompaniment live on stage. It's your last chance to win 4 tickets to the Saturday performance on June 20th at the Centennial Concert Hall. To enter, head to the contest page on our website, ctvwinnipeg.ca, and don't forget to enter the keyword ring. Good luck. We're going to take a break now. We'll be back right after this. Stay with us.
Hi Terri, oh my god, I can't believe today's the day. I have such fond memories of working with you. You were always so kind to me, and that meant more than you know. I'm going to miss watching you every morning. Wishing you all the best in whatever's next. Take care and stay in touch. Bye.
Oh, we missed you, Swarna.
Swarna, she was the producer just before. She's also on to her next chapter.
Yes.
So. Lovely. Thank you so much for the messages. Thank you to the crew who reached out to all of these people. You know what this feels like? It's like that bit on Sesame Street when they go like, who are the people in your neighborhood? And they do like a little walk down memory lane. And it's been so special.
And of course, we're all sporting pink for you, Terri. Today, even Swarna was wearing pink.
It's true, because we talked yesterday. Yesterday, we just happened to show up wearing matching outfits, which happens every once in a while. But I looked at Rochelle and I said, tomorrow I'm wearing my pink suit, which I've been waiting, because like this is my favorite. And I wanted to wear my favorite on my last day, and you're like, I'll wear pink too. So
just to support
it's
you.
Not even Wednesday.
Aw.
Loving this. Thank you so much. I'm just honestly on cloud 9. I couldn't ask for a better way to go out and with a better team. All right, back to the weather. I do have a job to do for another 30 minutes anyway. What are they going to do? No, I'm kidding. Okay, 14 degrees. We got a bit of a breeze. It's out of the west, gusting to 37 kilometers per hour. The pressure is rising and the humidity sitting at 79%. We are probably still going to see a little bit more precipitation. Throughout southern Manitoba, the possibility is there. Throughout central and northern Manitoba, it's just a very sure bet that you're going to deal with more heavy rain throughout the day and throughout the rest of the weekend, whereas we're starting to see some improvements with pockets of sunshine here and there and at least a bit of a breeze. So, yes, we have so much water that needs to dry up, but every now and then sunshine will help, the winds will help too, but then there is still the possibility of some more off and on scattered showers. Cooler temperatures are expected, not ideal, I know. A little more heat would certainly help dry things up, but 17 is where we'll top out today. 9 degrees expected overnight. Now suddenly we're falling below seasonal because 10 degrees would be that normal low, slipping just below it. Still the stronger winds expected, still that possibility of showers right into tomorrow morning. That chance of showers is there, but by tomorrow afternoon we'll start to see a few more pockets of sunshine, and from there the clearer conditions will play out the rest of the weekend and into next week. Not a bad first week of retirement. Not as hot as I would like. Listen, if it was 30 degrees, I would be in my happy place, but low 20s will take it, especially coming off of all of this rain.
Thank you, Terri. One major impact of Tuesday's severe weather has been extended power outages in many areas, which crews have been scrambling to correct. On Thursday evening, Manitoba Hydro said it had restored power to all but 245 customers across the province, including roughly 100 in Winnipeg. Some people have been without power for days, and it's raising questions about whether it's still safe to eat the food in your fridge and freezer.
Well, essentially, in the fridge, it's usually that if the power's off, we usually recommend 4 hours is the maximum.
Michael Eskin with the Department of Food and Human Nutritional Sciences says that especially applies to items such as meat, poultry, eggs, and vegetables, which have already been cut up, as well as dairy, including milk, yogurt, and soft cheeses. It also applies to anything containing those ingredients. Eskin says hard cheeses, butter, margarine, whole fruits and vegetables, condiments, and food which was cooked previously, like leftovers, will keep longer. And finally, if your freezer is full and you haven't been opening it, meat should keep anywhere between 24 and 48 hours or even a bit longer.
You can tell if the food is, if there's ice crystals and it's frozen, then it's essentially it hasn't thawed. That would be a problem. And if it's half frozen, if the freezer is half full, then usually say about 24 hours.
Again, Eskin says to check for ice crystals to make sure food is safe, and be sure to cook any meat which is on the borderline at a high heat. Anything that smells off, has a slimy texture, or shows signs of mold should not be consumed. Canada Post says it's moving ahead with plans to expand community mailboxes as part of a broader effort to modernize the Postal Service and improve its financial footing. Canada Post says 37 more communities will switch from door-to-door mail delivery to community mailboxes in 2027. The move will affect about 485,000 addresses. That's in addition to tens of thousands of addresses that were announced earlier this year. Affected here in our province will be Portage-la Prairie and some areas of Winnipeg. Between the two Manitoba communities, Canada Post says about 17,000 addresses will be transitioned. So you think you have an impressive jersey collection? It probably pales in comparison to these guys. Davor and Marko from Croatia own more than 6,000 football jerseys combined, not to mention other collectibles like shoes, balls, and gloves. There are some prized pieces, including game-worn Pele and Maradona jerseys. The two friends say their collection is worth as much as $8 million. They have no plans to sell it, but they may open a museum. Here's a look at what's happening now in traffic at Portage Avenue at Polo Park. Things are moving nicely in this part of the city. Let's look now at your gas prices. In Winnipeg, the average is $1.65. It's a small drop from yesterday. And the lowest price in the city is $1.56. All this information is on GasBuddy.com.
The Price at the Pump is brought to you by the Kidney Foundation. Help by donating your card today.
It's time now for your answers to our question of the day. Today was not a question. We asked for your best wishes to Terri. Terri, I hope you're listening from Susan. Terri, you were the best weather person in Canada. We love you. Best of luck on your new career. Tracy says, Terri, you were the reason to turn on the TV and get up in the morning. You always radiated positivity and made the sunshine even when the clouds filled the sky. Thank you. Judy says, best wishes to Terri in her future. I know it'll be good because she always has a positive outlook on, and listening to her cheery voice starts my day off on the right foot. From another viewer, literally sitting here bawling, watching Terri for the last time. Best wishes and thank you for the laughter over the years. Cheryl says, Terri, you will be greatly missed. I hope you enjoy your retirement. I will miss your laughter and your smile. Lindsay says, best memory was when you went down that skyscraper, even gave me chills. LOL, best of luck in your future endeavors. Gonna miss you. John says, thank you, Terri, for starting our days with your warm smile and sense of humor. You will be greatly missed. All the best on your next chapter. Rebecca says, I'm so sad to see you go. You are the face of the morning news and you will be missed. Wishing you the very best in your next chapter. You are going to crush it. A viewer shared, I will miss you doing the forecast. I watch you every morning before I go to work. Wish you all the best. From Marlene, Terri says, Terri, I will miss you. You're always sunshine on a cloudy day. All the best. Danny and Jody, Terri, thank you for all your years of coming into our living room with your smiling face and joyful presence. What a difference you have made. You will be missed. Mark says, all the best to you, Terri. Thanks for your smiles and your energy. Darlene says, Terri, it has been a pleasure to see your smiling face each morning. No one tells the weather like you. Wishing you all the best on the next chapter of your life. Dave says, good luck, Terri. Thank you for your dedication and your hard work. My favorite Terri moment was when she tried to balance the spoon on her nose. And from another viewer, I've watched Terri since the beginning. She helped make early mornings with my 3 kids easier to handle. Good luck and happy retirement. We received dozens of your responses. We can't feature them all, but be sure Terri will get them. Thank you so much to everyone who responded today.
Question of the day, brought to you by Provivo, Manitoba's #1 cool sculpting clinic. Science-backed body contouring.
Well, let's go now to Ainsley, who's hanging out at a beautiful show home, and it's all for a great cause. Hi, Ainsley.
Good morning. We're talking about the Tri-Hospital Dream Lottery. Terri, we're going to miss you so much. I hate having to throw from that to this, and I'm just frowning. But I am happy to be here, joined by Will and Ireland Galt. And when you purchase a ticket for the Tri-Hospital Dream Lottery, these are the people you're supporting in our community. Will, thank you so much for being here. Tell us a little bit about Ireland.
Of course. So Ireland was the youngest baby in Manitoba at 10 months old to receive bilateral cochlear implant surgery. The research and the technology was done after the medical team at HSC was challenged to perform the surgery on Ireland as an infant. And now it's the groundbreaking technology used for children in Manitoba who receive cochlear implant surgery.
It's just wild, like knowing that she wasn't able to hear, and now the way that she communicates is so incredible. What's that like from your perspective, the transformation?
It's incredible. HSC and the Children's Hospital gave Ireland the gift and our family the gift of hearing, and it's a priceless gift that we value and treasure every day, and it gives Ireland the opportunity and hope for other children just like her.
And we talked about some of the prizes, because when people buy a ticket, they could win a beautiful house like this. Would you take the house, Ireland, or would you take the money?
The house.
Okay. Is there anything, is it this room that you like?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And if you were to encourage a family at home to buy a ticket, why should they do that? To do what?
To help kids like me.
Amazing. There's no answer better than that. And for you, Dad, to be able to provide those opportunities in other ways for families as well. Why should they buy a ticket?
You are helping research, you are helping groundbreaking technology that's only available here in Manitoba, not only to help Ireland and for the surgery that Ireland received, but to help the kids that come through the hospital every day. 140,000 kids annually utilized the Children's Hospital, and we need funds to have the groundbreaking technology and have the research possible to keep it here local and give our kids the best chance and these opportunities that they have.
Thank you both. TryHospitalDream.com.
Thank you, Ainsley. Let's go out to the rooftop now. Last weather hit on the rooftop, Terri.
It really is. And I was just, Director Kim, she's like, say goodbye to your flowers. And I'm thinking, oh, I love the flowers up here. It brings me such joy over the course of the morning, like throughout the summertime, to come out here and I do all the little deadheading and I look after them and I love them. I love them. And they look good. Well, they look good now. That's because they had all of that rain and now moments of sunshine. They need a little bit more of that. All the plants need a little bit more of that sunshine and some drier weather, which we'll hopefully start to see late tomorrow and by the end of the weekend. 14 degrees is where we're sitting right now. We're not going to play this game. Do you know what? If you pan far enough, you're going to catch my kid, because he actually came to, yeah, right, exactly. And now he's trying to get out of the view. My kid came to join me in the studio here for my last day. He's not playing hooky. He actually had the day off of school, so yeah. And then my crew likes to do this thing where I'm supposed to follow the camera around. Anyway, here I am, guys. Yeah, exactly. What? Here we go. I wish I had like my umbrella out here now. I should have brought my umbrella. I would have done like the whole little soft shoe and a little two-step or something like that for you. Anyway, keep the umbrella close at hand because you might need that later today. There is still the possibility of some scattered showers. Also, little bits of sunshine here or there. Enjoy every moment that we get. We're taking a break right now. We'll be back with Your Morning Winnipeg.
Weather is brought to you by the Better Business Bureau. Research at bbb.org before you buy.
Well, Terri, you and I have been working together for 15 years. We've had so much fun together over the years. We've had a lot of laughs. And this, of course, is closer to the end of your last show. Over the years, what you don't know is Terri always plays music at her computer in the morning, and she's always singing along. So much fun, and we've had a lot of memories, and we wanted to share some of those memories. We've put them all together. Check this out.
I did work a 9-to-5 job way back before I got into this, and it was terrible. 3 o'clock came around and I couldn't function. Like I said, sitting in a desk, not my bag. So I like to get my day started with a bit of a bang and a fast pace.
Let's do this! Yeah, baby! I found a new shoe! And my flowers, my goodness, did they ever feel the heat? I just came out here. I got this one. It's almost safe.
CTV Morning Live.
I stand on the rooftop every morning to do the weather. Not a bad start to the day. I'm not holding an umbrella. My hair looks like it's just falling nicely.
Now we have a big announcement to make on the show. In fact, it's not my announcement to make, it's Terri's announcement to make.
Thank you. Yes, after a lot of thought and a lot of emotion, I've made the decision to wrap up my time here at CTV.
Terri, what's the weather looking like this Friday and heading into the weekend?
Yo, I'm gonna tell you what you want to know. We got a chance of seeing a little snow, and it's coming down outside right now. Interesting thing is just how heavy and wet this snow is. Look at that, snowball weather. I'm not gonna check it at the camera, but
all right, how's it looking outside for those trick-or-treaters? Because we know they've had to postpone Halloween in Eastern Canada.
Yeah, come on, have we ever done that here? Wafting around, swirling around the winds you're going to notice for today. The bulk of the precipitation will be clinging along the eastern border, northwestern Ontario. You're certainly going to be seeing some light flurries.
A bit of the great outdoors in studio today, courtesy of you. A little bit of straw all over the place.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm leaving a trail behind me today, guys. Heavier clouds throughout the rest of the province. Look at this. I'm going to bring it right up. Can you see there? Almost 4 inches. Strong winds, but I just had my trusty ruler out, and we're looking at almost 7 centimeters. That's another centimeter just in the past 20 minutes or so.
You can tell us how you felt. 1, 2, and 3. Wide awake now.
How was that?
To the rooftop, another hot day today here in Winnipeg.
Scorching. I stepped outside and it's like a wall. And that humidity sitting at 77%.
I have some work to do.
Thank you. And if I thought that I was going to ride out my last week on autopilot, my goodness, Mother Nature had other plans for me. I really thought that I was just going to kick back and sit this one out. LTI and Chrissy showed up as me. I showed up to coordinate with Rochelle today.
I think it worked.
Yeah, right?
Terri Gale Appreciation Day.
And we want to thank Cynthia, Tandy, and Guy for putting that package together.
Thank you,
it took a lot of work, and they really pulled it off really well. Terri, this is officially your last weather.
How much time do I have, Tim?
2 minutes.
Okay. Let me get through this. I needed to know how much time so I can plan this out. Listen, I have to give a shout out to my family. My husband and kid are in here watching. The girls are at home. They've got university and classes. But the support that is needed behind the scenes to be able to pull off a job like this, because the sacrifices that we make, I show up smiling every day for you. And then my son gave me the nickname Tahini, you know, from Moana. She shoots lasers and lava at you if you wake her up from her nap.
Yes.
They put up with the ugly side of me so that I can bring the nice side of me to you guys. To my crew, honestly, I had no idea what was coming today because I don't know how to read a lineup. That is ridiculous that in 15 years of television I don't know how to read a lineup, but that's because I have the support of the crew. Director Kim holds my hand, walking me through every hit. She's like, throw to break, do this. I have the best team in the world. I can't thank you guys enough. The way that you show up for me every day. And then, of course, to you at home, because if we didn't have you watching, we wouldn't have a reason to do all of this. And you welcome me into your home every day, and then you chat with me at the grocery store, and you meet me in the park, and you always say such nice and such kind things. And I mean, that's why we do this, is for people at home like you. So when you see me out, I know sometimes people are like, oh, I didn't know if I should come up and say hi. Please say hi, because I'm going to miss it. I'm going to miss this. I'm going to miss all of the validation and the accolades that we get. So say hi to me. I'm going to need that validation once I'm gone. But honestly, thank you so much for everything over the years. I've said before that I've got some exciting new projects, and I'm not quite ready to talk about what they are yet, so please follow me online, because I will have some really cool updates and I think some really cool opportunities where we'll be able to connect more in the future. But yes, I mean, Rochelle, we've been here for 15 years together. The emotions that I went through today, I was crying by 6:01. So thank you, everybody, for all of the effort that you put into making this last show so special for me. But yeah, it really does mean a lot.
We're gonna miss you.
I'm gonna miss this.
Do you have time for weather?
Do we have to do weather? Like, y'all, it's gonna rain. Oh, we do? Okay, Director Kim, she's cracking the whip. She's like, listen, we do weather on the ones around here, and we are coming up to one. So in 7 seconds time, I'm gonna get up, walk over, so I'm there in my place for when it happens. Here we go. I don't even know if I set my machine, did I? I wasn't expecting this. Okay, here we go. With Director Kim in my ear and my crew propping me up from behind the scenes, thank you all so much. It's 14 degrees outside. The sun is shining over us. The winds, they're noticeable this morning out of the west, gusting to 37 kilometers per hour. The pressure is rising. I just snorted on camera. I didn't mean to snort. I think my microphone picked that up. Humidity sitting at 79%. Okay. Here we go. Don't snort on camera, Terry. You're just supposed to smile and be like, it's nice outside. It's not nice today. Here's the thing. Northern Manitoba, you're still going to deal with the precipitation. Here in the south, it's a little less intense, but still some scattered showers off and on. Northern Manitoba under rainfall warnings. I wish I had better news for you, but you will get a bit of a clear up by the time we're wrapping up the weekend, as will we here in the south. So better weather ahead. This is my retirement. I'm sleeping in, y'all. I'm not going to be here to tell you this. Someone will. Someone will give you better news that the sun is going to shine for us all next week. But as we're rolling on into the weekend, yeah, these are my tears too. So Mother Nature with the scattered showers off and on, and these cooler temperatures. 23 degrees, that's normal for this time of year. 17 today, even cooler for tomorrow. My first day of retirement is probably the crummiest day of the week. And there's Director Kim telling me for the last time to throw it a break. Way to get me choked up. So we will be back with more Your Morning Winnipeg.
Rooftop arrangements provided by Lacoste Garden Center. Salon services provided by Essentique Spa Salon.
Normally we end the show with video, but we're not. Today we're ending the show
with cake.
Cake.
What?
Look at this cake.
Aww.
And there's an image on it, Terry.
What? No way. Yes, bring this in. Listen.
Being delivered by Tanya.
My crew knows that I love to see myself. When we're in the studio, because Rochelle uses the teleprompter, and I have monitors all around, and so the big joke is like, the more the merrier. Can we get more of Terry? Look at this cake. Look what they did. They slapped my face right on it.
Drop it. Oh my gosh, I'm scared. That's great. That's a wonderful. Any last messages that you want to share? Any last things you want to say?
I guess just thanks. Honestly, that's what I've been overwhelmed with the most, is the gratitude. Where's the camera that I'm looking at? Director Kim, supposed to tell me, look at camera 1. She's checked out too.
Yeah, she's done.
Yeah, thank you. What a career. What a career. Who gets to do this? And I just feel so incredibly blessed. I got trained by Sylvia Kuzik. I came in to take over for her, and then they're like, do you know what? We actually have this spot for you in the morning show. And I was like, mornings, that's where I thrive. And I got to then transition into here, work with people like you, my crew, and you at home. So thank you.
We will miss you. We love you. Good luck in the future. I will be back Monday. Terry will not. Have a great weekend.
Cake.